Listen up, this is the NWA North American Heavyweight Champion, the Temptation Sean Tempers, and right now, you are locked in with Beyond Ringside.
The biggest bands in rock, the wildest stage shows on earth, the biggest live event of the summer. Kiss and Motley Crue. The Tour 2012. It doesn't get any better than this. July 31st, Oak Mountain Amphitheater. Two iconic bands, one historic tour. Kiss, Motley Crue. July 31st, Oak Mountain Amphitheater. Reserve seats are on sale now. Buy tickets at livenation.com or charge by phone at 800-745-3000. Kiss and Motley Crue. Buy tickets at livenation.com.
Is sitting ringside at a heavyweight title fight on your bucket list? If so, this is Gary Parrish telling you to get ready to cross that one off your list, because on Saturday, April 7th, six-time world champion James Lights Out Tony will fight Bobby Gunn for the IBA World Heavyweight title at the Lander Center down in South Haven. It's going to be the first heavyweight title fight in the Mid-South area since Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson traded punches at the Pyramid back in 2002. Tickets are on sale at Ticketmaster.com and the Lander Center box office right now. Going to be 7 undercard fights, then the main event. It's James Toney versus Bobby Gunn for the IBA Heavyweight title. So get your tickets now, and I'll see you at the Lander Center on April 7th.
It's a quarter after one.
On the night with Lady Annabella and Darius Rucker.
So this is not my bad comeback song.
June 21st at Oak Mountain Amphitheater.
Just a kiss on your lips in the moonlight.
Lady Annabella on the night 2012 World Tour.
Baby, you're the only one I run to.
Lady Annabella live. And Darius Rucker.
It won't be like this for long.
Plus special guest Thompson Square.
You gonna kiss me all night.
June 21st at Oak Mountain Amphitheater. Get reserved seats now at livenation.com or charge by phone.
Hey, I'm just looking for.
Don't miss Lady Annabella and Darius Rucker with special guest Thompson Square. Sponsored by GAC. Buy tickets at livenation.com.
When planning your next party or special event, insist on the best. Full Range Entertainment is a professional entertainment company providing a full range of services. From professional disc jockeys and MCs to catering and photography, when the details of your special day must be perfect, call us first. Wedding receptions, corporate parties, school functions, birthday celebrations, and more. We also have Birmingham's largest selection of karaoke tracks available. With over 40 years combined experience, Full Range Entertainment can provide you with the talent and professionalism you need and deserve to make your next event one you'll never forget. For more information on the full range of services we offer, call 533-HITS. That's 533-HITS. Or check us out on our website at fullrangeentertainment.com.
This is Dale the Demon Torborg.
My name is Bryce Rensburg. I'm the Chikara Senior Official. This is April Hunter from aprilhunter.com.
I'm Bobby Ches, a 3-time world champion, Showtime expert analyst.
This is Coolio with the Flow, a.k.a. the Ghetto Gourmet.
This is Dan the Beast Severn, the only Triple Crown champion in the UFC history.
Hi, everybody. This is Jerry the King Lawler. That's right, WWE Hall of Famer.
This is Jeff Damon from Deadliest Warrior on Spike TV. You have tuned in and are now live listening to the 3-time NWA Heavyweight Champion of the World, Scrapper and Anna Pierce. And just like you, I am also locked in. And brother, we are beyond ringside.
Call it the Easter egg edition, if you will, from the Von Braun Civic Center. Putting the wraps on a Sport Fight X Go Fight Live pay-per-view. Fast Eddie Lane being joined by Curtis the Bulldog Putman with the MMA Zone. Curtis, first off, it was an honor and a pleasure to work with you this evening, dude. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself real quick.
Well, I host the MMA Zone on 97.7 The Zone out of Huntsville, Alabama, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Sunday mornings. You can catch it on www.977thezone.com or download the TuneIn app on your smartphone and listen there.
Now, we have had some tremendous fights here this evening. Now, we've had not only some great mixed martial arts action, but I got to play it from this side as well. We've also had some great human interest stories. Case point scenario, Keaton Wood from Shelby, Alabama. A lot of longtime listeners to Beyond Ringside are going to know Keaton through his mother, Christy Isbell, who actually came on Beyond Ringside while she was still a mother trying to push for her son to have a place to fight. Went on to become an MMA activist on a very high level. From that vantage point, courtesy of Sport Fight X, Keaton Wood able to get his first in-state home fight this evening and took home the victory.
It was good to see Keaton come home after having to go to Atlanta to find a place to train. Now you got to wonder, as MMA builds up in Alabama, will Keaton Wood come back home to train in Alabama?
Well, that opens up a very interesting question, because we had a trilogy in the main event. 2 out of the 3 fights were Alabama versus Georgia. However, the Georgia boys took home victories in both of those fights.
Well, it brings to mind the question, is Georgia that far ahead of Alabama simply because they've had sanctioned MMA longer? We are light years away from being where the gyms in Georgia are. Now, in my opinion, you're going to see a blossom. You're going to see MMA gyms going up all over the place, trying to take advantage of this situation. That could be good. It could be bad.
I think that blossoming is going to be a good thing for the state of Alabama and a lot of the mixed martial arts fighters here, because they no longer have to go to Tennessee, have to go to Georgia, have to go to Florida, Louisiana to train, to try to get good MMA training. We can bring the best teachers here to Alabama. And that would be Sport Fight X owner Adam Gibbs, you heard just a second ago. We're going to get him in here in just a second here on the special Easter egg edition for Beyond Ringside, live from the Von Braun, being taped live from the Von Braun Civic Center this evening, Saturday night, March 24th, 2012. A tremendous night, a historic night. I mean, first off, you and I had the privilege of doing play-by-play and commentary. We switch out back and forth for the GFL broadcast. First off, how does it feel to know, now that this event is in the books, that you and I were both a part of history being made in Alabama?
You know, growing up, going to school, I hated history, but it's always nice to make history when it's in a positive way. I'm excited. I appreciate the opportunity. Enjoyed working alongside you. And like I told you earlier, after my stumbling and bumbling tonight, Sport Fight X has nowhere to go but up.
Dude, I'll say it like this. We both had our share of miscues, but I think you did a hell of a job. And, like I said, thank you for putting up with me on that one. We're going to get Sport Fight X promoter Adam Gibbs over here in just a second. Real quick, we were talking about the different factors now, the Alabama-Georgia aspect of everything in the 2 parts of the 3-part main event. In the main event, the final match of the night, Stephen Wilhite from Alabama took on Jonathan Clemens out of Clarksville, Tennessee. However, the state of Alabama came back strong. First-round victory for Stephen Wilhite.
Well, it's interesting to know Wilhite claims 2 different amateur records. He claims an overall record, but then he claims a record of 1-0 in actual sanctioned matches. Wilhite may be the cream of the crop as far as Alabama fighters go right now. It's going to be interesting to see in the months and years to come who else steps up to carry the banner for the state of Alabama.
Now, real quick, we got him real quick for a couple of seconds. I know you've been pulling your hair out throughout the half of the evening. Fast Eddie Lane, Curtis the Bulldog Putman, special Easter egg edition of Beyond Ringside. We've got him. Longtime listeners to the show are going to know Adam Gibbs, the voice of Sport Fight X. First off, hell of a show tonight. How does it feel to know that you were a part of history being made, the first sanctioned professional outing for mixed martial arts in the state of Alabama?
Everything went good. We had for what was the first Alabama event, we felt like everything went pretty good. It does go back on some of the things I had expressed earlier in some other interviews that Alabama needs to step up and maybe produce some better stuff with the commission and different things like that. There's probably some different things that could be made, but we know that we've got some issues that we could probably fix too. So, but I just want to thank you guys for coming out and doing the great job that you did. You got Curtis Putman, 7A the Zones, the MMA Zone, and my longtime friend Eddie Lane. Eddie Lane done a fabulous job tonight. I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate what you did.
Well, I've said it to your face and I've said it behind your back. The way I'm looking at it, it was a tremendous honor to be a part of this event this evening, and I'm pretty sure I'm speaking for Curtis on that one as well. And it was a rocking night from start to finish, and hang tight for just a minute. I cannot let her get away. Longtime listeners are going to know the name Christy Isbell. Her son tonight, Keaton Wood, able to able to square off in a sanctioned MMA event in his home state of Alabama. Remember, he left Alabama to go to Atlanta, Georgia, and train with American Top Team, or ATT. And now, on the Sport Fight X show from the Von Braun Civic Center in Huntsville, Alabama, Saturday night, March 24th, historic night, and you got a chance to see your son in his first home state mixed martial arts event. Christy, how does that make you feel?
I am one proud mama. Not only because he won the fight, but he fought an awesome guy. Westball, I met him last night before the fight, and until I met him, I was really hoping my son would hurt him. But he was such a nice guy, you know, and I'm thinking, man, this is somebody else's baby here. And I tell you what, it just made me proud because the sportsmanship that those two guys had together backstage when they went, shook hands, talked about the fight, what they both could have done. I mean, it was just great. It was wonderful.
Now, I'm trying to get him back in here for one hot second while I've got us all surrounded. I'm back right here. We are actually in the middle of the South Hall of the Von Braun Civic Center. They're working on tearing down the cage, so that's the noise you're hearing. Adam, do me a favor. Come on back in for one short second because I want to get you on this particular side of the story as well. You know the story of Keaton Wood. We've talked about Keaton on Beyond Ringside. You've had different conversations. Now, of course, him coming back, being able to fight in front of the hometown crowd, that first fight in front of the hometown crowd, knowing the human interest side of that story. Local boy leaves, local boy comes home, local boy wins. How does that make you feel as a promoter?
Well, you know, like I said, it goes back on a lot of things I said, you know, earlier about the Georgia versus Alabama thing. You know, the Georgia can't, you know, Alabama is going to have to step up and produce some really tough fighters. Keaton is a great example. He trains with American Top Team out of Atlanta, Georgia. They house some of the best fighters probably in the country. Their training's really good, and I mean, he come in and West Ball, what seems to be good for local talent here, he's competed well, but Keaton walked right through him. But Keaton is a great kid. His mama talks a lot, but his kid, this boy is just a really good guy. I had the honor to go with him to the Georgia Fighters.com awards banquets, and we had a good time together. But very respectful and trains hard. He deserved to win tonight, and I was proud of him.
Let me bring her in real quick. I've got Vicki Jackson from ATO. Also from the Examiner, our favorite MMA journalist joining us right now. Vicki, of course, we're going to go into a little bit more depth a little bit later in today's broadcast of Beyond Ringside. Yes, I said today's because, remember, this is the Easter egg edition. Catch us after 7 o'clock. Trust me, anything can happen around here. First off, from your perspective as the journalist first, your impression of the overall event tonight for Sport Fight X.
I had an incredibly fun time. It was fabulous. The pro fights were just, spectacular. I just want you to know, when the Alabama boys were winning, and even when some of them were getting their ass whooped, I mean, I'm here to tell you, I was like crying because I'm like, oh my God, you know, because I know them and they just get out there and fight, and it was great. I loved it.
It has been a tremendous night. We're going to go ahead and put a wrap on here. Now, first, do you have plans for the next Sport Fight X event?
From what we've looked at, we will either go to Birmingham, Alabama, if the Battle Auditorium's available. If not, then we go back to Atlanta, maybe to the World Congress Center in May. So we just have to, we go back now, and it made a lot of difference. It was going to make a lot. Tonight was a real turning point for us because where we had been in some larger venues and spent a lot more money on production, we had scaled back some, and we feel like this might be the size of what we need to be doing. So.
Let's take it to what I like to call shameless plugs on this Easter egg edition. I'm just going to go ahead and take it clockwise. Curtis, the Bulldog Putman, tell everybody where we can find you.
MMA Zone Sundays, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on 97.7 The Zone in Huntsville. www.977thezone.com. You can stream it live or download the TuneIn Radio app on your smartphone and listen in again Sundays, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Adam Gibbs, come on in.
I'm going to plug each and every one of you. I'm standing next to Christy Isbell. I don't know how much time I have, but she's with localmmaonline.com. I've got Vicki Jackson standing here. She's the best advocate for fighters in the state of Alabama. I'd like to thank Eddie Powell for having us on numerous times. He's been just an honor to deal with ever since I've ever met him. I've also got Curtis Putman standing to my right here, although you can't see him. He has a new show. It's the MMA Zone on 97.7 The Zone. You guys are what makes us be able to do what we do because of the support that you give us. So thank you very much.
And I've got to get this one in. Dad, that one was for you. Yes, for those of you listening, y'all know the air name, y'all know the professional name. I've used it for over 25 years, but by the same token, no, I appreciate Adam actually using my family last name, because I know my dad was watching the pay-per-view tonight, and I know even at 80-plus years of age, when you said the real last name in the middle on the broadcast, he was probably in the middle of Pelham, Alabama doing a backflip. So he's like, yeah, you can be lane all you want to. You're still foul every once in a while, especially when you're asleep or awake. Take your pick. Christy Isbell, come on in.
Yes, you can actually find me with localmmaonline.com. We have a link for Alabama. Great company working to really help fighters and promote MMA in our state.
And you also have another website that you run every once in a while, right?
Yes, it is. Actually, I have a blog that I do. Yeah, okay. It's it's. Thank you, Vicky. Dear Mom of 8.
That was called I Didn't Know Eddie Was Going to Hit Me on That Part of It.com. Say it one more time.
DearMomOf8.com.
Vicky Jackson, come on in.
Shameless plugs. I'm going to give a shameless plug to Sport Fight X, because it's been 2 very, very long years. I've been waiting to see Sasuke Zapata fight. I've been waiting to see Matt Smart fight. I've been waiting to see Matt Vaughn fight. And I'll be damned, they've been in every freaking state besides Alabama. And I'm just here to tell you, thank God I finally got to see them. And I mean, you know, when Sasuke won tonight, I was like about ready to cry. And he comes off and he's getting his post-fight physical, you know, and I'm hugging him like, oh my God, thank you. And he's like, Vicky, I didn't do it for you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Of course you did. And so I just want to plug Sport for Days, because I really, really appreciate it. Adam's been crazy. It's been crazy for him.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, liftoff.
And the phrase that everybody seems to want to use these days. The music plays. The microphones go hot. And we are live from the Full Range Entertainment Studios in beautiful Birmingham, Alabama. Welcome to your home for wrestling, mixed martial arts, sports talk, radio, and that much more. The original is still the best. This is Beyond Ringside. Yours truly, Fast Eddie Lane, live from the vault in the Full Range Entertainment, all that good crap. Joined in studio. Welcome back, Andy Hudson, the Horseman's Advocate.
What's going on, Fast Eddie? And ladies and gentlemen, we have put the band back together.
Welcoming in tag team partners, the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis.
Let me say this really quick, guys. Wish I could be there. We talked about what happened off, but boy, it's Super Bowl weekend, guys. It's our Super Bowl weekend. Who's hyped? Who's charged for some, wait a minute, is this the Attitude Era? Oh.
Chuckle.
Like to welcome in tag team partner Mark Mabo Bowman.
Yeah, it's literally the holy, I said it yesterday at IWA Deep South, speaking with, I think it was John Rare, that this is the holy high holiday in the world of pro wrestling.
Yeah, it is. We are going to be joined by familiar voices all the way through the show. Paulie Wells in a situation with family right now. He will not be joining us today. Paulie, thoughts, prayers definitely heading in your direction and in Lexi's direction. I'll run down the list. Should be joining us in just a few minutes. Brooks Logan will be here. Tom Canterbury will be here. David A. Smith, the Messiah of Professional Wrestling, will be here. Going to be joined by Justin Rosenberg, Baron Von Awesome in just a little while. Maybe joined by Kurt Bloom. Mr. MCO Chase Pearson will be here in just a little while. We have best wishes going in everybody's direction from Birmingham's original radio action guy, Robbie Ragg, sending his very best. Could be joining us via telephone in just a little while. And about 23 minutes from right now, we're going to be joined by DJ Hyde from Combat Zone Wrestling. First off, CZW had a great crossover show last night with Dragon Gate USA down in Florida. Going to get a little recap on that and also get ready for CZW's Best of the Best coming up on April the 14th. For those who missed it last week, our interview with Bobby Gunn, the Celtic Warrior, who will be taking on James Lights Out Tony on this coming Saturday night from Clear Haven, I think it is, Mississippi. God, any other time I could get it right.
but I don't have those notes directly in front of me. But we had some trouble with our podcast site, but we're going to get everything up by first thing in the morning, and everything will be set and ready to go. So I apologize for not being able to get that one up, but I want to say thank you again to Bobby for coming on with us last week. Thank you to Chris Cella for helping to set up the interview. If you tuned in early, you managed to catch a few minutes of the post show from Sport Fight X up in Huntsville from last weekend. For some reason, Ustream didn't save that properly, so I'm in the process of resetting everything on that one too. Matter of fact, before I go any further, I want to go ahead and say thank you to everybody who joined us last night. Pell City, Alabama was rocking with Global Championship Wrestling at the Pell City Civic Center, and we've got a lot of dates that we're going to be talking about in as the week goes on. Want to go ahead and let everybody know that tune in Tuesday night, GCW Radio. You can catch it on the Facebook fan page. Let's go ahead and keep this thing going. Welcoming back in tag team partners Brooks Logan. How you doing, man?
Well, I'm glad I saved this telephone number.
I'm glad you did too, Turkey. I almost sent you a text and wondered if you might have had amnesia.
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't lose this number, but yeah, bear with me. Like I told you, I'm on the road, so if you hear the background wind blowing, that's me on the road to Fox and the Hound to catch Wrestlemania.
Yep, one of two places in the Birmingham metro area that is showing it today. The Man Called Evil, Hitman BDC, and some of the original Ringside Roundtable from Beyond Ringside out at Buffalo Wild Wings in Trussville this evening. May just be catching up with them in just a little while. And speaking of catching up, longtime listeners are going to recognize another very good friend, Tom Canterbury. Come on in.
Hey, how's it going, Eddie?
Man, this is like homecoming, and of course, wrestling Super Bowl weekend, sports entertainment Super Bowl weekend. We get everybody coming back out to play. It's great to hear from everybody today. Tell you what, I want to go ahead and kick this thing off. I want to get I asked this question last week, but I didn't get a chance to get everybody's perspective on this one, and I'm going to go around. I'm going to give everybody 1 minute to work with. Has Vince McMahon and WWE, as of tonight, when The Rock and John Cena step into that ring, have they just kicked professional boxing's ass? Because in my book, they have worked on this for 4 years, and we are now seeing Pacquiao Mayweather of sports entertainment take place tonight. The confrontation, the build, the face-to-face, the setup, even though they can't really recreate Survivor Series because you're not going to get Pacquiao and Mayweather to do a tag team boxing match. But, like I said, let's keep it going 1 minute per. Andy, you're in studio. I'll come to you first.
Well, my take on it, Eddie, is simply that boxing hasn't really meant all that much of a crap in a number of years. You have Pacquiao and Mayweather. Who else is even in known existence in the boxing world right now? Nobody. At least WWE has been kicking boxing's ass along with the help of Dana White and UFC for a number of years, so it's not a matter of have they just kicked boxing's ass. They've been doing it for years, man. That's just my simple take on it.
Tom Canterbury.
Yeah, I agree with that. One of the things you get with wrestling that has been a thing over boxing is because you can control the outcome. There's always going to be something's always going to deliver. So even with the build up and everything that you have, that you're going to get a 30-45 minute match, and it's going to be you're going to get 4 hours of wrestling for the event and everything. So that's where it has the advantage to start off with, and because it's run by one person, Vince McMahon, and his group. In boxing, another main issue with boxing is there's so many cooks in the kitchen as far as who runs everything, and everyone's looking out for themselves and not out for the product. Yeah, I agree. I think this may be like the final death nail of it, but WWE's had the advantage for a long time.
Brooks Logan.
Well, I'll tell you this, man. Like Andy said, this ain't nothing new. Wrestling's been kicking boxing's ass for a long time now. I would love for two competitors, the top two guys in the sport of wrestling at WWE, to go tell Vince, no, we're not going to be fighting each other. Vince would laugh in their face and either sit them on the road or go ahead and say, well, you're in the match anyway. With Pacquiao, Mayweather, like Andy said, that's the only two guys right now that I know that he can box. I don't even know any of the other guys, to be perfectly honest. and to have the two most famous guys in the sport and can't come to an agreement to have a match is unacceptable for the sport and unacceptable for the fans. It's that's you got the two best guys there, let them fight. I would love to see somebody throw that at Vince McMahon, watch him laugh in their face. But like Andy said, this ain't nothing new. Vince knows what the fans want, and he's been delivering it for years, and it's going to be nothing new tonight.
Mark Bowman.
Yeah, it's pretty much the general consensus. Two different levels. Pro wrestling's been going at it for years, and what more else can be said? I mean, it's like apples and nipples. It's two different things. They're both fun to play with and both fun to eat.
Nibble one, eat the other. We'll talk later. Wicked Nemesis, come on in.
I forgot the question. It's been so long.
Has boxing as Vince McMahon has successfully kicked boxing's ass with Rock Cena tonight in comparison.
Is this 1999, Eddie? No.
In comparison,
as Andy said, this has been going on for some time. You know what this does? Rock and Cena kicks entertainment's ass. That's the difference. Because of all the entertainment that's coming out for this summer, the Avengers, Lord of the Rings, all the stuff coming out, all these movies coming out, all the TV shows premiering, everything that Ring of Honor's doing, the NWA's doing, anything that I'm doing, WrestleMania trumps it all. Okay? This destroys everything that entertainment is doing. I talked to a friend who doesn't watch wrestling, told me that that WrestleMania was being talked about on ESPN, on ESPN.com. I know E's been running something all week long, and that's Entertainment TV. I mean, the name is there, Entertainment TV. And when E's pushing it all week, having WrestleMania moments, talking to people, which I didn't care for because you saw a lot of the guys and girls out of their gimmick, kind of breaking kayfabe. It was good, though, because there's a lot of outside buzz about this, and rightfully so because of everything going on. But, I mean, say what you want to, but there's nothing that can trump Rock versus Cena. Not this year. And they've been building this for the last 3 years. For the last 3 years, they've been pushing young talent just to get to where some of these guys... Think about last year's WrestleMania and think about this year's WrestleMania and think about the WrestleMania before that, and then go to all the WrestleManias leading up. Where they've been establishing young talent all the way up till now. Cody Rhodes for this year, Sheamus, Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, it's building to this. I mean, this is Cena Rock. I mean, they have been building Cena and pushing Cena just for this match, I do believe, against The Rock. This is a passing of the torch, if you will.
Open forum question then. In my humble opinion, prefacing with this, John Cena has to go over tonight in the main event of WrestleMania. He has to go over The Rock tonight. Agree, disagree, why? 1 minute each. Andy.
There is no doubt, Eddie. I'm sorry, and I know Chase will argue with this if he was here right now.
He'll be here in a few minutes.
To me, this is just me personally, it makes absolutely no sense for The Rock to win this match. Nothing. I like Cena better than Rock anyway, but be that as it may. We all know, like Cena said, he's not lying. Rock's leaving after this. If Rock was hanging around another year or two in the WWE, yeah, I would actually say Rock could probably go over. In this scenario, the way everything is lined up, I believe it was Wicked's made the statement earlier. This tonight will be the passing of the torch to John Cena. There is no way, in my opinion, he loses this match.
Tom Canterbury.
Yeah. Bottom line, the attempt guy can come in and beat your best guy and then leave. It would make zero sense. They've built it up really well to make you think there's a chance that Rock wins, but there's no way. And I mean, unless they have something planned for the next year for Rock with, Cena has to win.
Brooks Logan.
Well, the question I have is it a known fact that Rock's going to be leaving after tonight? Is that...
Well, he's going to be going on the road to try to promote G.I. Joe.
Okay. Well, so not really different what he's doing now, but...
Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Honestly, I mean, I don't think Cena has to win. There's so many characters at WrestleMania that can play in. I'm sure everybody, or you guys probably already talked about Brock Lesnar situation.
Not yet.
That could come into. Okay, well, sorry to ruin that.
That's okay.
But that, you know, that could come into play, or it could come in a different match. Just so many things that can be played with. That if Cena does lose the match, it's not the end of the world, and it's not a killer in any kind of way. If The Rock was to go over, I wouldn't be surprised if The Rock is leaving for a good time to put him over before he does leave. Just leave a good taste in his mouth when he does, if he decides to come back. There's just so many different things that can be played with. You know, who knows what could happen? Who knows what's going on behind the scenes and all that good fancy stuff? But you know, for Cena to have to go over, I don't think it's necessary.
Mabo, Mark Bowman.
Yeah, playing with and leaving tastes in the mouth. Yeah, that withstanding. Right now, no, it wouldn't make any sense for The Rock to go over. One, this would be a great. First of all, you know, for Cena to go over can only benefit not only him but the company. Also, if they decide to do the heel turn, this will be a great jumping off point. You know, Cena's been trying to play it as straight laced as possible. Why not just go ahead and throw it in everybody's face and go, ha ha, I'm a heel now, fight me. And it's like, you know, Brooks said, he said that Lesnar's been in talks. He said, for those who don't know, you know, Batista's been down there doing a triathlon, but he's been hanging out with WWE people. He was picked up at the airport by WWE people.
Of course.
That could, you know, maybe be an indication of something. So they could be setting up, you know, a lot of different things. They, you know, I've heard talk of, you know, stretching out this Rock Cena feud another year and doing it in Jersey, and you know, it'd be the maybe now then if this was 365 days from now, and it was Rock Cena 2 technically, since they're both going to be facing each other, not the Survivor Series tag team match, then I would say yeah, the Rock would probably go over. But you know, at this point in time, there's no need for The Rock to go over and for Cena not to go over.
Wicked Nemesis.
What was the question? I'm just playing.
The Andy Hudson tribute.
The whole thing is Cena has to go over for the simple fact this is the passing of the torch. Let's just say for 1 second, okay, Rock wins. What happens next? Rock goes off, and then you have a guy. It's bad enough you have Jericho, who took a year and a half, 2 years off in wrestling Punk. Now you have a guy who comes in, beats the guy that has been destroying guys, has been just totally doing what he wants to certain individuals for years now, losing to a legend. Okay, granted he is a legend, but he's been out of wrestling for so long. Cena hasn't. Cena still has his wits about him. He still is, I mean, once you get in the ring, it's never that you forget, but you can be a little rusty. And yes, they have done something at Survivor Series, but not one-on-one. In Survivor Series, they had other people to rely on, and they were tagging together. But if Rock wins, where do you go from there? What happens to Cena? Cena's not in the heavyweight title match right now. You automatically start putting him that, and then everybody's like, oh, it doesn't matter. You know, Rock beat you. Rock should be number one contender then, not you, in case they put it. This would set Cena back by at least 6 or 7 months if he loses to Rock.
Okay, Andy Hudson, come in real quick.
Do remember, gentlemen, it's not just on Hell in a Cell. Do remember the main theme of tonight, end of an era. The end of the era will be Taker, Michaels, Hunter, and yes, like I said, that's the little clue to me. Rock passes the torch, or quote-unquote passes the proverbial torch to Cena. Remember, end of an era.
Okay, and I'll expound on that one with one other thing. Rock made the statement on Monday Night Raw to John Cena, I have to win this match to prove that I am the greatest WWE superstar of all time. I've beat blank, I have to beat you. Guess what? That just was a pure indicator that he won't go over tonight. Now, question. There has been speculation and talk. The opening match for tonight's show, CM Punk, Chris Jericho WWE Championship on the line. Does it make perfect sense to have them in the curtain position? Yes or no? I've got to cut it. Keep it right at 1 minute because we got the hard break at the bottom of the hour. Andy.
Absolutely not. This is your premier show, and I understand Jericho does have some quote-unquote ring rust on him, but this is still Jericho versus Punk. Open the show with Cody and Big Show, the women's match. It does not matter. Do not open your biggest show of the year with one of the two main championships on the line. Me, it makes absolutely no sense to do it, and you've got two of the best workers in the company. This isn't a Rey Mysterio curtain jerk match, guys, okay? Absolutely not. Do not make that the opening match.
Okay, Brooks Logan.
Hey, you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, sorry. Yeah, hey, not a bad idea. It's different. Started off with an absolute bang. I'm not real sure the matches are going to be following it, but hey, throw it in there, man. I don't know if I would necessarily go with these two guys, but I see what they're trying to do here, and I like it, man. I like getting things started off with a huge bang, and I think it'll work, man, but let's see. But I don't think it's an entirely bad idea at all.
Tom Canterbury.
No, man, there is precedent for it. Last year, Edge and Alberto Del Rio was the first match, but I would rather see, if you're going to start off with one of the title matches, start off with Daniel Bryan and Sheamus, just because I think Punk and Jericho has the capability of being the real show-stealing match for sure. And since I think they're going to do somewhat of an homage to WrestleMania 3 with the Dragon and Randy Savage, I would like to see it in that position where that was on the card in WrestleMania 3, which was kind of middle of the show. So that's where I would rather see that match to go.
Okay, Mark Bowman.
I don't think it should. I mean, there's been, build-up for this, but the build-up has been tremendous. It's been, heated. It's been emotional. I think it would be ridiculous to put it on at the front. Plus, they might make the mistake that TNA Impact does, where, remember for a time that TNA would always open up with X Division matches, and those would just blow the doors off the card, and then you have to follow that. Other people have to follow that, and they're just like, what the crap. So I don't know if I put it first. And some people would say, what about the other title? The other heavyweight title match. If it hadn't been so much of a build up for it as well, I would say no. I would say don't put that at the front either. Put your Intercontinental, something else, anything but your two main events. I mean, I know you want to, not have them right behind your big stuff like your Hell in a Cell or your Rock Cena. That that would just be ridiculous. But not at the front. I mean, they did it last year for a reason. Edge and his health problems and this, that, and the other. They weren't sure, but that would be ridiculous too if they did it. I mean, they probably will, but if they were going to do the titles, either one at the front, I would go ahead and put Sheamus, Daniel Bryan, not to crap on them, but you just know that Punk and Jericho are gonna put on a better showing. That's just how I feel.
I have a feeling Wicked and I are going to be of the exact same mindset on this one. Wicked, come on in.
Always protect your champions. 100% always protect your champions. Always protect your champions. Always protect your champions. There's absolutely no way that a heavyweight title match should go on first. That's absolutely unacceptable. There's a reason why we get into this business, whether it's managers, whether it's referees, or whether it is part of wrestling itself, whether you're a worker, wrestler, etc. It's to be part of a heavyweight title match. It is to be heavyweight champions. Protect him. There's absolutely no way that this should go on first. This is not going to happen. Jericho and CM Punk is going to be match of the night. I call it right now. So. But there's nothing that's going to be able to follow Cena and Rock. Make no mistake about that.
We agree, yet we disagree. Here's my philosophy. Shit. Yes, protect your champions. Yes, your flag bearers, your main champions should be closer to the end of the card to pay respect for the fact that you put that main strap on them. However, look at the talent pool that is a part of WrestleMania tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Jericho and CM Punk are your two best workers, period, in this regard. They have the ability to work technical. They have the ability to work strong style. They have the ability, and thank you to the Underground, wherever you might be, guys. Okay, Micah Taylor, you're still ambient in my book. I'm going to draw heat for that one, I guarantee you. However, they can also take to the air at the drop of a hat. They're not afraid to. To put them, regardless of whether or not the WWE title is around the waist of one of them, is a simple standard setter for the entire show. If you put your two best out there, granted, it's almost like playing the ace in the royal straight flush to begin with, because all you can do is go down from there. Sad to say it like that, but it's true. But you're sending a message to every man and woman in the back. Guess what? That is the standard to which we are going to be measured in our match later that night. So, do I want to see the WWE Championship in the opener? Hell no. I certainly do not. Do I want to see two workers who are going to go out there, give it everything they've got, light up that damn stadium, and make everybody in the back go, oh crap, we got to get serious now? If you weren't serious before, you'll be serious then. That is the only reason why I would personally want to put that match first. Now, we're going to the bottom of the break of the we're going to the bottom of the hour break. I know that Tom is going to cut for a little while. Brooks is going to cut for a little while. Gentlemen, tell you what, I'll go and get. I know Brooks, you're coming back around 5:30. Tom, can you come back around 5:30 for predictions?
No, I'm going to be out by that point, so
okay.
I need to go ahead and do it now.
Tell you what, I'll give you 45. I can give you 45 seconds to work with. Go ahead and lay out predictions real quick, and I'll let you get the same shameless plugs in.
Okay, well, like I said, no way anybody that's wins the Cena Rock match. I don't see, I'm not sure exactly how it's going to do it. I think actually the Shawn Michaels factor in Hell in the Cell, I think the big surprise there is he's going to actually call it down the middle, and I'm going to say Taker wins that one to go 20-0. I think Punk wins, and I think Sheamus wins.
Team Teddy, Team Johnny.
We'll go with Teddy just because Team Johnny looks so much stacked in comparison, so surely somehow Teddy will get it done, and I'm just tired of Johnny not being able to say his lines as though he knows what he's talking about. Not that Teddy Long is the bastion of acting talent himself, but
yeah, but he's more over. Now, actually, I've called this. Everybody who's a sci-fi fan on this panel is going to sit back and say, "Damn, didn't think about that." I look at Team Teddy as the Battlestar Galactica. I look at Team Johnny as the Cylon Empire right now. And guess what? That ragtag fugitive fleet. But I'll save that prediction for a little bit later. Tom, go ahead and throw the shameless plugs. We got to run, dude.
Just come to Alabama Fever, Midtown Village in Tuscaloosa. If you need any Alabama stuff, we got it for you.
You got it.
That's my main plug.
You're still on Facebook, right?
Still on Facebook, and we'll see you in Birmingham for the Barons.
You got it. Definitely. Looking forward to opening day. Matter of fact, CB may be joining us. Kurt Bloom, the voice of the Barons, will probably be joining us during the 5:30 segment. Brooks, nice. Real quick, throw me these shameless plugs, and I know you're coming back at 5:30.
I ain't got nothing to plug, man. But I will call you back here soon, man. I got to jet real quick, but I will definitely get back with you guys here about 5:30.
Folks, we're going to break for the bottom of the hour. We will be back in 5.5 minutes, and when we return, we're going to be joined by DJ Hyde from Combat Zone Wrestling right here on Beyond Ringside. Stay tuned.
Hey, everyone. My name is Bryce Remsburg. I'm the Chikara Senior Official, and wherever I am in the world, be it on the phone or the internet, there's no place I'd rather be than locked in to Beyond Ringside.
8. I deliver your Sunday paper every week.
7. We work on the same floor.
1 in 8 Americans is struggling with hunger.
6. Our kids walk to school together every day,
including millions of children and seniors.
5. We chat in the elevator at work sometimes.
4. I'm your cashier at the grocery store.
Who's the 1 in 8 in your life that needs help? You can make a difference through Feeding America at feedingamerica.org/1 in 8. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Yo, what's up? This Coolio with the Flow, a.k.a. the Ghetto Gourmet, and you locked in to Beyond Ringside. Ding, ding.
It's 1:15
On the night with Lady Annabella and Darius Rucker.
This is not my bad comeback song.
June 21st at Oak Mountain Amphitheater.
Just a kiss on your lips in the moonlight.
Lady Annabella on the night 2012 World Tour.
Baby, you're the only one I run to.
Lady Annabella live. And Darius Rucker.
It won't be like this for long.
Plus special guest Thompson Square.
You gonna kiss me all night.
June 21st at Oak Mountain Amphitheater. Get reserved seats now at LiveNation.com or charge by phone.
Hey, I'm just looking for.
Don't miss Lady Antebellum and Darius Rucker with special guest Thompson Square. Sponsored by GAC. Buy tickets at LiveNation.com.
Most days go by without a whole lot of surprises. But what if a disaster strikes without warning? What if life, as you know it, has completely turned on its head? Would you be prepared? Before a disaster turns your family's world upside down, be ready. Get a kit. Make a plan. Be informed. Learn how at www.ready.gov. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the Ad Council.
Hello, everybody. This is Dirty Dutch Mantell, and you're locked into Beyond Ringside.
The odds of becoming a signed artist and having 3 #1 albums? 1 in 100 million. The odds of going on to win 6 Grammy Awards? 1 in 1.4 million. The odds of this performer having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 110. I'm Toni Braxton, and I encourage you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org. Autism Speaks. It's time to listen. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
This is Ben Masters locking it down with Beyond Ringside. Don't miss it. Be there.
Hi, I'm Ryan Seacrest for RAD. Over 300 people in this country are killed every week by a drunk driver. That's the equivalent of 2 747 plane crashes every single week. And the problem isn't going away unless we all do our part to stop it. So if you see someone who's about to drive after drinking, get the keys. Don't leave it up to anyone else. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
This is Bob Allen, co-author of Gordon Soley's Something Left Behind and the Soley Chronicles, and I'm locked into Beyond Ringside.
The biggest bands in rock. The wildest stage shows on earth. The biggest live event of the summer. Kiss and Motley Crue. The Tour 2012. It doesn't get any better than this. July 31st, Oak Mountain Amphitheater. 2 iconic bands, 1 historic tour. Kiss, Motley Crue. July 31st, Oak Mountain Amphitheater. Reserve seats are on sale now. Buy tickets at LiveNation.com or charge by phone at 800-745-3000. Kiss and Motley Crue. Buy tickets at LiveNation.com.
Hi, this is Ozzy Osbourne. For many years, you know I've had a drink problem, and I'm trying to battle that problem every single day. But one thing I don't drive my car when I'm drinking. I get someone to drive me. Do not drink and drive. It's the stupidest thing. If you drink, just don't drive. Not only are you going to hurt yourself, you may hurt some other person, and you wouldn't want that on your conscience, would you?
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
This is Dan the B7, the only Triple Crown champion in the UFC history. And you're listening to Beyond Ringside. You better pay attention, otherwise, I know where you live.
Let me try.
Okay, just remember what I showed you.
Yep, there was a bunny who had one big ear and another big ear. They looped-a-looped, made a bow, and the bunny hopped away. I did it!
Oh, good job, kiddo. Now let's tie your other shoe.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 1-877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Is sitting ringside at a heavyweight title fight on your bucket list? If so, this is Gary Parrish telling you to get ready to cross that one off your list, because on Saturday, April 7th, 6-time world champion James Lights Out Tony will fight Bobby Gunn for the IBA World Heavyweight title at the Lander Center down in South Haven. It's going to be the first heavyweight title fight in the Mid-South area since Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson traded punches at the Pyramid back in 2002. Tickets are on sale at Ticketmaster.com and the Lander Center box office right now. Going to be 7 undercard fights, then the main event. It's James Toney versus Bobby Gunn for the IBA Heavyweight title. So get your tickets now, and then I'll see you at the Lander Center on April 7th.
This is Angel Orsini.
This is the Human Hand Grenade, Danny Only.
This is Dirty Dutch Mantel.
This is Liz Savage.
This is Vinny O'Brien, 2010 Golden Glove champion. This is Gabe Sapolsky from Dragon Gate USA and Evolve Pro Wrestling, and you're locked into Beyond Ringside.
Welcome to the original Rockin' Wrestling Radio Show. Welcome to Beyond Ringside, your source for wrestling, MMA, and boxing in the Southeast. To contact the Ringside Roundtable of Beyond Ringside, email them at beyondringside@gmail.com. And now, your host for Beyond Ringside, the man, no myth, all legend, Fast Eddie Lane.
On a phenomenal Sunday afternoon, making our way toward a Sunday night, 22 before the top of the hour. Welcome in to Beyond Ringside. Fast Eddie Lane in the control panel. Welcoming in tag team partners, Mark Mabo Bowman.
I'm filled with toffee.
I thought you were going to talk about your creamy nougat-filled center for a minute there. Like to welcome in tag team partner, the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis.
If you're not hyped about this weekend, from all the independent wrestling and for what's going on today, man, check your pulse. You may be dead.
Either that or just comatose. I don't know which one's going to be the safer bet right now because, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest. He is actually rejoining us for his second appearance on Beyond Ringside. One of the driving forces behind Combat Zone Wrestling, the one, the only, DJ Hyde is in the house. Mr. Hyde, how you doing?
I'm making it through the day, gentlemen. Thank you guys for having me on.
It is always a pleasure to hear from you. Combat Zone Wrestling been extraordinarily busy. You're coming off some major events. Before we hit on the one last night, give everybody a recap on some of the things that have been happening with CZW.
Well, CZW superstars, myself, Sammy Callahan, Adam Cole, just completed a month-long tour of Japan with Big Japan Pro Wrestling. We are now at Wrestlemania weekend, and CZW Dragon Gate USA had 3 shows this weekend down here and announced huge super shows next year for WrestleMania weekend at MetLife Convention Center, which is actually right across the street from WrestleMania. And it'll be headlined by Wrestle Reunion, and it'll have plenty of stars from past there doing signings and autographs. You'll have a CZW show as well as Dragon Gate USA that weekend, and among other things that we will be adding surprises. And the next big thing for Combat Zone Wrestling is we are driving into the biggest independent wrestling tournament there is. That's Best of the Best live on iPay-per-view. It'll be on live on Hybrid ENT on April 14th.
The last time we spoke, CZW had been nonstop, and we were talking off air that I'm on the mailing list to keep up with some of the updates, and I see everything that happens on Facebook, on Twitter, all social networks. And it just continues to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And first off, congratulations.
Well, thank you.
And
I appreciate that.
To ask, how many hours do you actually need in a day, or how many hours you actually want in the day in order to try to keep this juggernaut going? What's the realistic?
I mean, can I get 24? So it takes me about 24. It's a process that.
Now, you make the reference to Japan, and with the rebuilding that's constantly going on in different areas of Japan. What other markets has CZW been looking at and been working in? Oh, I lost him. Hold on, hang tight. We're going to try to get him back on real quick. We're doing this live. This is not pre-recorded.
What did you say to him to make him hang up on us?
I did not say anything to him to make him hang up on us. Uh-oh.
The man's in Combat Zone Wrestling. How can you... Those guys don't get offended at all.
I'm trying to see if we can get him back in real quick. I know Wicked Nemesis fell off too.
Oh. God, if you offended Wicked and got him to hang up, man, well, I don't know what you did.
With the best of modern digital... here we go. Hold on.
Are we still on the air?
Yes, we are. We got him back in. Mr. Hyde, welcome back. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that. I must have hit a dead area there.
It happens.
As I was saying, I mean, it's a job that is 24/7 now. It's one of the more busier times. So, you know, I've been out of the country competing with Big Japan Pro Wrestling and working on the Triangle of Ultraviolence shows that we're doing in Japan in July. Then obviously come home, and you know, one of the biggest weekends in wrestling is this weekend, and you know, here we are riding into one of our big shows. You know, best of the best here on live on iPay-per-view. So it's a pretty busy time for me right now.
Not to mention, I'm sure one of the biggest marketing opportunities anybody with any company could possibly hope to have is this weekend, right?
Correct. I mean, that was one of the reasons why we've joined up with Dragon Gate USA. They've had a great relationship with Wrestle Reunion and HighSpots.com, and now we have developed that relationship ourselves. And we're all partners working towards the same goal and trying to give fans the best wrestling in the world.
There you go. Mark Bowman, come on in.
All right, now, DJ, you guys are down there. It's just like last year, just like the year before. That's literally wherever WrestleMania goes, it seems that pro wrestling follows, and it's right now, it's literally just a pro wrestling fan's dream going on in Miami and in the surrounding areas. As far as in the locker room, with this whole big fight feeling going on, what's it feel like? Just the general consensus throughout the locker room.
I mean, the locker room is pretty much business as usual. Everybody is here. They're here to hit a home run. It's not anything different. I mean, they know what it is. They know the drill. I mean, to these guys, these are the best wrestlers in the world, and I mean, this is what they live to do. There are guys like Sammy Callahan, who, you know, he comes out and he brings the A game, no matter what it is. It doesn't matter. And in the locker room, it's a little tense, obviously. I mean, when you're on iPay-per-view and it's WrestleMania weekend, but everybody knows their job, and everybody goes out there and they're just trying to kill it, give fans, you know, exactly what they want, and I think this weekend they accomplished it.
Let me go and ask, if I could, for those who have not had a chance to keep up, give us the roll call on some of the major stars you've got working with CZW right now. You mentioned Sammy Callahan and a couple others. I know AR Fox is doing a number of shows with y'all, Johnny Gargano, but give everybody the short or long list on the
you have AR Fox, Johnny Gargano, Sammy Callahan, Adam Cole. I mean, that's just to name a few. Samurai Del Sol is probably going to be one of the newest, biggest stars the fans are going to be talking about here. You know, guys coming in, the best of the best, Alex Colon. You have our partners over in England with Fight Club Pro, like Trent Seven, MK McKinnon. They're going to be big stars. I mean, Chuck Taylor is now, you know, added part of our roster. We have, first guy mentioned Sammy. We have Willie Mack coming in from the West Coast for best of the best. I mean, these are just a couple guys, and then we have obviously the ultra-violent side of CZW, which is something that only CZW can bring to wrestling, and nobody else really does. And we have the biggest and best, you know, CZW World Champion Masada, myself, the Golden Boy Drake Younger, Danny Havoc. I mean, these are all, you know, pretty big names in independent wrestling, and you know, it's just an amazing roster and amazing talent that Combat Zone Wrestling has, and I'm very fortunate enough to have such a great group of guys.
Now, there's a question that I want to ask, and we didn't get a chance to talk about this one off air, but I want to get your input on this. Noting the shift that was made, courtesy of what happened with everything with that company out of Stanford and a company that occasionally is out of Nashville and Orlando, we make the reference to the words independent wrestling. And would I not be safe, and would you concur when I make the comment that those two particular companies are independent wrestling companies as well, because they don't have...
Yes and no. The difference, there's really no difference in my mind. They are independent wrestling companies. It's just that they have something that they're bigger than we are. That's all. If they have money, we don't. You know, they have notoriety and television and high dollars to promote and do what, you know, small companies wish. I mean, if I had $1 billion like Vince McMahon, I'd be running MetLife Stadium this weekend. You know, it would be, you know, I'd have billboards and TV commercials, and, you know, and plugging it in on Raw. That's one of the longest running shows in the history of television at this point. It has an amazing following. I mean, they are looked at as the top place to be. In the grand scheme of things, it really means nothing. I mean, the grand scheme of things is that's just where the most dollars are. And the grand scheme of things is they're really nothing different. I mean, but when people classify things, they refer to it as independent wrestling. Realistically, it's just the wrestling business. It's nothing different.
Now, coming back over full scale, because you make the reference that CZW does Ultraviolet like nobody else does, and you've got the DVDs, you've done the iPay-per-views and the live events to back up the statement. Now, there is a certain group of people, and I'm not going to pigeonhole anybody in any regard, but they look at the name CZW, and the first thing that pops into their head is the Ultraviolet. However, you've gone to great lengths to expand the base of what Combat Zone Wrestling, of what CZW truly stands for, and that is actually something for everyone. You've got people you've got workers who come in, wrestlers who come in, who can work the ultraviolet style. You've got those who work strong style, technical style, and go high flying at the drop of a hat, and you genuinely do offer something for everyone.
Well, I don't want. There's a lot of companies out there that have niches, and everybody has their thing, and everybody does their thing, and I want that, but the problem is that, like you said, only people see the ultra-violent side. They only see, these guys are doing stuff with, crazy light tubes and barbed wire and God knows what else and thumbtacks. But, I mean, there are great talents here. I mean, we've had a lot of guys, Dean Ambrose, John Moxley, signed by WWE. Two of our students actually just got signed by WWE. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we do. I mean, we have great high flyers like an AR Fox. We have great strong style type of guys like a Sammy Callahan or even myself. But we also have, guys that like Masada that, hey, that's what they do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's just an aspect of what we do, and people really just need to open their eyes to it, and someday they will. I think that's why we've gone to great strides to do this, because once people see it, they realize exactly what's going on.
Now, if I could, before I turn it back over to Mabo, there is one I want to ask. There is a company down here that is actually doing they were doing a 2-day ultraviolet tournament, and I had an opportunity to speak with the owner of that company and ask what he felt was one of the most out there. I don't want to use the word weapons or props, but I will say I'll go ahead and say weapons. But I don't want to turn that question to you. When it comes to the ultraviolet side of life, what is probably the most memorable or outlandish weapon that someone has devised that you have ever seen used in a match?
Outlandish or memorable? I mean, there's been a lot of memorable things. I mean, but nothing that's, to me, maybe because I do it, nothing that's beyond over the top. The one thing I think that I thought was something that I will always remember was they used like a mackerel one time. Like a huge fish. It was like 4 foot long, and they were just swinging it like it was a baseball bat in a match. And I think that same match also had a Xerox copier. It was a fans bring the weapons match. The fans actually brought that, and to me, it was just something like somebody went out and bought a huge fish that they spent money on to see somebody beat them with. Like that was memorable to me. And there's been a lot of things that have been like crazy or sick or, that kind of stuff I can see. That kind of stuff to me is like, it's a common play thing. Like, oh, some guy, made a board out of pencils and wants to stab somebody with it. That stuff is, okay, I can understand that. But when guys go to some of the great lengths that fans make stuff, that's what surprised me. Or literally somebody brought a Xerox copier that was, it's not just one of these little things you pick up at Best Buy or something. This is like the office. It's huge, it probably weighs like 2,000 pounds, and I'm like, why would you bring that? But hey, that's what you get. Those are things that stand out to me. I think the things that are disgusting, the hardcore, crazy things that have things that can stab you and stuff like that. That doesn't really stand out to me anymore. I've kind of seen it all, So it's one of those things where the weird things, the things that's like somebody brought a fish. Wow, that's the kind of stuff that stands out to me.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember if you came on after this tournament was held last year, but I think I made a reference to one of my favorite because I just recently I finally had a chance to catch a live event last year, and that's why I'm also waiting on CZW to kind of make a southern swing to where I'm say Atlanta, Georgia, Birmingham, Alabama, that way, or somewhere closer to the central part of the Southeast, because I would love to be able to catch one of the live events for CZW. I didn't get a chance to get to Atlanta last year when hell broke loose that weekend, which I had. But I think I may have told you that one prop that caught my eye, one weapon that was used was a barbed wire toilet seat. However, it just completely.
That to me is common play. I've seen that used like 10 or 15 times.
Okay. Maybe.
So I mean, like that kind of stuff doesn't stand out to me. That's the kind of stuff that's like, oh, okay, something about barbed wire toilet seat.
Well, I was also looking at it as a wall hanging prop for the studio. So, that would look great on my wall. That's the first thing popped in my head. So, not necessarily for personal.
I completely understand that. Trust me.
It's like not necessarily for personal use, observation purposes only. Mabo, come on back in.
Now, DJ, you just said that you just completed a tour of Japan.
Correct.
And we just hit the 1-year anniversary from the earthquake that rocked Japan in 2011. How has the fans? Because I know for those who don't know, Japan, everybody thinks America has the rabid fans. The Japanese fans are just as rabid as far as everything from your straight wrestling to your death matches and all that. How has Japan as a whole, from what you've seen, how have they recovered since the earthquake from last year?
Well, when the earthquake actually happened, the very first show at Corrigan Hall, which is probably the most famous wrestling building in Japan, was Big Japan Pro Wrestling, and I happened to be on that. The fans over there have embraced wrestling even more now because of that. The wrestling business over there is helping them. They take donations for everybody that's had the tsunamis and the earthquakes and all that stuff. And they've done shows, even unprecedented shows where all the top organizations in Japan have worked together to help people that have been in dire need, which is something that is realistically unheard of. And they just embrace everything that's going on, and the fans, respond. They come out in droves. It's culture over there. It's completely different than what it is here.
Now, making the move into April 14th, if I could, looking at Best of the Best 11, it's coming up. It's going to be in Voorhees, New Jersey. The exact location is going to be Flyer Skate Zone 601 Laurel Oak Road. You got a 7:30 p.m. bell time for the event. Some of the names that you have set up already for Best of the Best 11: MK McKinnon, Alex. Matter of fact, if you've got the list in front of you, I'll let you run that one since you're going to have a little. You might be able to give a little bit more in depth on some of the stars you're going to have there.
Well, basically, I don't have the entire list in front of me. I apologize for that. But
That's okay.
I can do most of it off my head.
Actually, I can run it down real quick. If you want to pop in.
Probably be easier for me if you guys ran it.
Okay, MK McKinnon.
MK McKinnon is one of the top prospects from Fight Club Pro. He is an England guy. He's 20 years old. Literally, this kid is a baby. And he is flat out phenomenal. Good looking, quick, has some very innovative offense. He actually worked the Dragon Gate shows on the pre-show against another competitor, Trent Seven, in I apologize. Sorry there. On the Dragon Gate pre-show this weekend and almost stole the show. And this is going to be a guy that in the next couple of years is going to be one to watch.
And before we move on, Wicked Nemesis, come on in with DJ Hyde.
Yeah, Mr. Hyde, last time we talked, I asked you this question, but I have to ask it again because you're a man that sees many talented individuals out there and much talent in all the places you go. Who is someone that you are enjoying watching today?
I like a lot of guys. It just really depends. What I'm watching. There's a group of guys like if. I like WWE guys. There's certain guys there that I think have that it factor that I enjoy. But there are guys also in Japan. Like, I think Daisuke Sekimoto is flat out phenomenal. Jun Kasai is probably one of the best deathmatch wrestlers I've ever seen in my life. And, there's a lot of guys in CZW. AR Fox is greatly talented. You're always going to get something with him. Something you've never seen. There's a guy named Samurai Del Sol who is in Best of the Best this year. He's a guy that I believe every time I watch him, he's going to be the next Rey Mysterio Jr. And he's quick, he's innovative, he's got it all. He's a solo package, and this guy just brings it, and that's what I look for. I mean, there's a lot of different guys I like. A lot of guys in my own company I like watching. There's a lot of guys that are not in my company that I enjoy watching. Guys like Pac, who just flat out bring it. Ricochet. The list goes on and on. I could sit here and name a bunch of guys I enjoy watching. Just depends on, what it is.
You're listening to Beyond Ringside Sunday night main event, WrestleMania weekend. We are live with DJ Hyde from Combat Zone Wrestling, going over Best of the Best 11, set for April the 14th from Voorhees, New Jersey. Coming up on the list real quick, Alex Colon.
Alex Colon, CZW graduate. I believe this kid is somebody that you need to really pay attention to. He's going to be one to watch in the next couple of years. He is starting to become one of the fastest rising stars in wrestling. He's, kind of been an undercard guy for quite some time, but he's been going out stealing show after show after show after show, and nobody really wants it more than him. Alex Colon is a guy that basically has just said, look, I'm going to step up and I'm going to take this business and I'm just going to cram it down everybody's throat, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to be the guy that they're going to be paying to see, and that's Alex. It's his time, and he's ready to grab it.
Yeah, you made a reference to AR Fox a little while ago. I'm going to go to somebody that I know from Championship Wrestling from Hollywood and Mach 1 Pro Wrestling out on the West Coast, and that's Willie Mack.
Sorry there, guys. I can barely hear you. I apologize.
It's okay. We're making a reference to Willie Mack.
Oh, Willie Mack is a guy. Wow. That guy is one of the most entertaining guys I've ever seen. I love Willie Mack. He's a guy that's just like, it's Willie Mack. You just say the name, and people love him. He's wrestled for Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. He's wrestled for JCW. He's a great talent out there, and he's going to bring it to everybody.
Okay. Trent Seven. How about Trent Seven?
Trent Seven, another Fight Club Pro guy. Strong style kind of guy. He hits hard. He is flat out amazing. This guy brings it every single time, whether he's in the ring with a guy like Sami Callihan, someone like MK McKinnon. He's showed it with guys like Davey Richards, stolen the shows with guys like Eddie Edwards, some of the top names in this business. I also apologize because I am at WrestleMania right now and people are nuts. But Trent Seven is another guy that I think, Fight Club Pro is a very young company. They have a lot that they're building on, and CZW is working with them. Just like MK McKinnon, this is a guy that in the future you're going to see that's going to really start stealing the show and popping up everywhere.
Okay. We'll tell you what, since I know you're in line and I know it's about to get even crazier the closer you get, I'll go ahead and run down the list real quick of the people who are going to be in the tournament. MK McKinnon, Alex Colon, AR Fox, Willie Mack, Trent Seven, Chuck Taylor, Sami Callihan, Johnny Gargano, Lince Dorado, Uwa Nation, Samurai Del Sol, and Drake Younger are all entered in Best of the Best 11. You've already put up one of the brackets. It's going to be a four-way with Callahan, Younger, McKinnon, and Trent Seven. You've also got the CZW Wired TV Championship being defended. Jake Christ taking on Dave Christ.
Correct. And then you have myself in an ultra-violent encounter against the young boy, the new up-and-coming deathmatch superstar. Sorry, I think you guys cut out there. As I was saying, the young up-and deathmatch superstar, Matt Tremont.
Yeah. Had a chance to catch him actually last year. Now the event's going to be available for those. Now it's going to be available three ways. One, live in person. Two, I'm sure it's going to be a DVD taping for Smart Mark Video, right?
I can barely hear you guys. I apologize. There's so many people around me.
It's okay. We'll go ahead and start heading for the wrap, and I'll get some more of the information out. Now, it's going to be available on iPay-per-view through hybrident.tv, right?
hybrident.tv live on iPay-per-view. Like I said, you're going to see the most amazing talents, you know. I mean, young up-and-comers, new guys like Samurai Del Sol, you know, and probably the best wrestler in the business today, Sammy Callahan.
Tell you what, DJ, if you'd like, I'll go ahead and take us out from here. I'll let you get ready to enjoy WrestleMania. First off, I want to thank you for taking the time to come on with us this evening. Real quick, for those who want to track you down, Facebook, Twitter, all of the above, what's the best way to find you?
Facebook, DJ Hyde 1, the number 1. Or Twitter, you can find me at DJ Hyde _1. Feel free to tweet me. Or if you want to email me, czhyde@czwrestling.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, our very special guest who's enjoying a great weekend in more ways than one with Combat Zone Wrestling, the one, the only, DJ Hyde, has just once again gone beyond ringside. Folks, we're going to go to the top of the hour break, 3 minutes over to our network affiliates. Folks, we're going to be coming back live in 5.5 minutes from right now, and we'll be back on Beyond Ringside right after this.
WSX, XPW, and now Viva La Lucha, and you're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Come on, you need some excitement in your life.
Hey, it's Robbie Rags. Check out ragradio.com. Not only do we have great calories, but we've got the best rock on the radio. Earth's first international rock station, breaking all the radio rules.
Robbie Rags is on
Rag Radio. Hi, I'm Drew Brees, NFL quarterback for the New Orleans Saints, here with Bugs Bunny to remind you to get moving every day.
Because when you get moving an hour a day,
you fuel your body and your mind.
So what do you like to throw around the football like Drew?
Skateboard, ride a bike, or dance in your room.
Just move it your way.
And be a player.
Get up and play an hour a day, Doc. Check out how to be a player at letsmove.gov.
Head online to get tips on great ways to get moving every day.
At letsmove.gov. A message from the Ad Council and HHS.
This is Mad Dog Dan Sawyer. You're listening to Beyond Ringside.
Confessions of a Potentially Perfect Parent, brought to you by AdoptUsKids.org.
I know more about cooking dinner for a party of 12 than about packing a lunch for a 12-year-old. I know kids like things like fish sticks. Fillets, I get, but sticks? Maybe we can just compromise on mac and cheese. Can you make that with Brie?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you. Call 1-888-200-4005 or visit AdoptUsKids.org for more information. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt Us Kids, and the Ad Council.
This is Michael the Godfather Gibbons, and you are listening to Beyond Ringside.
Foreclosure is hard on every member of the family, but your family is not alone. If you're struggling with your mortgage, there is help. To learn about the government's Making Home Affordable program, visit makinghomeaffordable.gov or call 1-888-995-HOPE to speak to a HUD-approved housing counselor. It's free of charge. Visit makinghomeaffordable.gov or call 1-888-995-HOPE today. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, NeighborWorks America, and the Ad Council.
This is Liz Savage. You can check me out at www.myspace.com/wrestlingdiva, and you're listening to Beyond Ringside.
Hi, this is Joe Elliott from Def Leppard for RAD. Planning on going out and having a party? Great, have a lot of fun. But do me a big favour and don't blow it. Always choose a designated driver. Remember, music lives. You should too.
A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
This is Dale the Demon Torborg, and you're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Hello, this is Robin Zander.
Hello, this is Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick for RAD.
Some people think it's fun to drive drunk, but that's unacceptable.
Be smart. If you drink,
don't drive.
Think ahead and choose a designated driver. Remember, music lives, and so should you.
A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
You have tuned in and are now live listening to the 3-time NWA Heavyweight Champion of the World, Scrapper Adam Pierce, and just like you, I am also locked in. And brother, we are beyond ringside.
Citizens of America, this is a message from feedthepig.org. America.
It's chaos, and I love every damn minute of it, plain and simple. Welcome back into Beyond Ringside, 7 minutes after the top of the hour. Fast Eddie Lane, Andy Hudson in studio, Mark Bowman, Wicked Nemesis on the line, Victor Smith, Southeastern Picks, wave and say hi to everybody. Hello. See, it worked. Mr. MCO Chase Pearson hanging out with us. Of course, the rest of the cotillion showing up. Had a conversation with Kurt Bloom with the Birmingham Barons. He'll be on the way in probably in just a little while, and we may just get him on air before it's over with. A lot of great events have been going on all the way through the weekend across the country, especially down in the Florida Peninsula area. I mean, it's just been, Peninsula, the thing that sticks out down there. Okay, cool. In South Florida, I'll leave it at that. However, in our home state of Alabama, one of the events that's been going on, matter of fact, for those, I made a promise that I'd cover the rest of the information for Combat Zone Wrestling, the event coming up, before I turn it over to Mabo for what happened yesterday. Tournament matchups, they're being announced on czwrestling.com on a daily basis. Tickets are priced for those who are able to go to the live event. $35 for the first row, $30 for the second row, $25 for general admission. You can advance purchase tickets. That is very easily done. It is going to be part of a special online pay-per-view at hybrident.tv. Once again, you can catch this in 3 different ways. If you're in the northeastern U.S., it's in Voorhees, New Jersey. Best of the Best 11 from Combat Zone Wrestling at Flyers Skate Zone, 601 Laurel Oak Road. And once again, want to give a very special thank you to DJ Hyde with Combat Zone Wrestling, enjoying all the festivities down in South Florida right now, and hoping he's having a great time. DJ, thank you for coming on. It's always great to hear from you, man. Really, it is. One of the events, we're going to make that move into Ultraviolet, keeping it there for just a couple of seconds. Mabo, you had a chance to catch some of Carnage Cup 8 from IWA Deep South. Thank you to Kevin Brandon for coming on with us. Thank you to the Angel of Death, John Rare, for coming on with us. Mabo, how'd the show go yesterday, other than lightning and wet?
Well, if you just want to steal everything out from our partner, yeah, that's exactly what happened. It started off, the day actually was quite warm, very hot, sun beaming down, and much like every other independent show in pro wrestling that takes place, didn't start on time. So, that was fun, hanging out there, getting, for those who know me, know that I not only am I quite chunky, but carry a tremendous amount of hair. And for those who know Tunzi, he partnered up and rode with me. He's quite a big man as well, so you got 2 big guys, one of them covered in a lot of hair, just baking out in the sun. Well, yeah, it basically started to rain. The storms rolled in, put a little bit of a pause at first on the show, tried to hang as best we could, until, it was just absolutely necessary that we go inside. And once again, like I told Jetty, I did protect the investment.
Thank you.
Can't say so much for your banner. Thank goodness it's vinyl.
Yeah, really.
Much like the suit you have hanging in your closet. But
that's pleather.
We went inside. But we went inside, so that was actually a great opportunity to get some interviews. We got a couple of interviews. The matches overall, though, tremendous. From what could be expected from death matches. Unfortunately, the show did not get to finish out the entire 8 opening round matches because of the weather. It is actually more of the lightning that stopped than the rain. The rain eventually, since it was an outdoor show, the rain eventually did start soaking the ring, and that was causing some safety issues as well. But it was mainly more the lightning that slowed the show down and then pretty much stopped it.
Yeah. Which matches took place yesterday? What'd you see?
Well, in tournament matches, Spider Boudreaux took on his tag team partner Bryant Woods in a Spider Circus net death match, which basically no ropes, and they create a spider's web / trampoline looking, I don't even know how to describe it, just bedding maybe from the top turnbuckle, or from the top of the ring posts, and they decided to stick light tubes all around it. And Spider, literally picking up his tag team partner Brian in sickness, Bryant Woods, picking him up and jumping off the top of a U-Haul truck and driving him through the barbed wire and the glass tubes, pinning him, and he advanced. My favorite match, mainly because just the look of both of these gentlemen, Crazy Cody Kruger took on Bill the Butcher in a no-rope carpet strip House of Pain match.
Ow.
Now, for those of you who have never seen either gentleman, these guys, not fat, not fat, but, they got a little bit of a gut on themselves. But just both had long, wild, crazy hair. Both had just these beards, both barefoot, had these, I don't know how you would describe their ring attire. It wasn't trunks, it wasn't tights, it was like loincloths almost. It literally, crazy Cody Kruger, also nice enough to sit down and do an interview with us during the break of the show. It looked like just two crazy savages just rolling around in barbed wire and pointy stings. It was amazing. At one point, Bill the Butcher was either going for like a spear or a tackle. Kruger sidestepped him. Bill went in between the barbed wire set up as ropes. Bill ended up diving through it, and it caught some of his hair and literally snatched it out. And I'm not talking like a little bit. I'm talking like bigger than the fistfuls that Mankind used to rip out of his own head. And Bill the Butcher took advantage, pinned him, and went around and pulled the hair out of the barbed wire and took it home as a present. And like I said, just that to me was my favorite match. Other matches that took place, good friend of the show, John Rare, ended up defeating a deathmatch legend in my book and in many other people's book, Madman Pondo. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Eddie, I don't believe Pondo was listed for the show.
No, he was not.
Well, he made a surprise appearance. Took on John Rare in the Deep Sea Death Match, or the Davy Jones's Locker Match.
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean and all that stuff. And the thing was Madman Pondo was the one who, did the first
Davy Jones Locker match.
Yeah, David Jones Locker match with Thumbtack Jack, a man that John Rare looks up to as one of his favorites in the business. So it was definitely something for him to beat him. Now the match ended kind of controversially. Both men were ascending a ladder. Phil Macchio came out, cracked light tubes over the back of Madman Pondo. He ended up crashing through a big sharp pointy board. John Rare climbed down, took an umbrella, just a basic umbrella, whacked Pondo one good time across the head or face or something, pinned him. He advanced. Now, myself and Tunsy missed this match because we were inside doing interviews, avoiding the lightning. Freak Show defeated Travis Locke in a Smash Bam Pow crash match. We only knew that the match took place because we were, in the barn and cafe when we see Freak Show come out just covered in somebody's blood. Could have been his, could have been his Travis Locke's, could have been a fan's. We don't know. And then the final death match that took place, or the Carnage Cup took place. Damian Payne defeated Josh Crow in a loose light tubes match. It was a good match. But what really got me was looked to me to be a top rope Canadian destroyer that Payne hit on Josh Crow, and when they landed, literally, it looked like Crow slid across on the top of his head across the mat because it was so wet. Pinned him 1, 2, 3. Non-tournament match. The gentleman who won, his name is Jarek Tyler. I have the recording on who he took on and won over. Unfortunately, being out in the sun and the rain and everything, it's had an adverse effect on both my health and Tunsy's health. Because that's what happens when you eat deep fried lard. You can't stay out in the sun and the rain at the same time. But overall, it was a great show. I'm not sure the results from today. I know that Pondo came out in words and colorful speak that only Madman Pondo can use, issued a challenge to Phil Macchio in a Fans Bring the Weapons match. Macchio was hesitant, and I don't know if it happened, but Pondo said, "Well, hey, why don't you just go ahead and bring Smooth in?" We all know who Smooth is.
Yep.
Smooth was looked at him like, "Are you kidding? Seriously?" So I don't know if it actually happened or not, but Pondo did come out and issue the challenge. Wish we could have seen all 8 competitors or all 8 matches because I know Matt Tremont, who DJ Hyde just mentioned, he unfortunately didn't get to have his match. Neil Diamond Cutter and Eddie, shame on you because I spoke to Neil.
Oh crap!
Someone stole the vest.
Oh no, it was not me. To hell with that.
This is serious now. I know John joked about it a couple weeks ago, but this is serious. Somebody really did steal the vest.
Ought to kill him.
So you're the number one suspect there, Sparky.
Excuse me, Sparky. My tracks were covered because I was at a meeting with a prospective bride from 12:30 until 2. Then after that, I still have witnesses, and I was at Global Championship Wrestling last night.
Well, let's hold on. I didn't say when it was stolen, so look at you already trying to throw up an alibi. I just said it was, John Rare said a few weeks back. And Neil Diamond Cutter said it was a little bit back that somebody stole the vest. So, Andy Hudson, if you can hear me, I need you to go into Eddie's closet, step over the inflatable dolls, and see if there's a sparkly vest, and possibly has something that has the name Neil Diamond Cutter on it. Another gentleman that is a big up-and-coming name in the world of the deathmatch, Relentless. I believe it was Relentless, and Tunzi argued with me and told me it was Ruthless, but I'm pretty sure it was Relentless. Ron Mathis. I know that he was looking forward to having his match. Sat down and interviewed him. Unfortunately, because of the rain, didn't happen. I know that they were going to have the final 3 opening matches today, along with the rest of the tournament. Still trying to get in contact with anybody out there. Haven't heard from them. Eddie, sorry, unfortunately, Nathan did make you a toilet seat with barbed wire wrapped around it.
But it didn't get used, so therefore he couldn't turn it over to you.
Exactly.
I know. I'll get with Nathan soon.
Yeah, but he definitely said that he was looking forward to awarding you with that. So.
Well, like I said, and I know he's going to listen to the replay. Nathan, thank you. I will make arrangements to get with you about picking up the barbed wire toilet seat for the Beyond Ringside Studios, because we're in the. Yeah, I know, I'm digging it. I'm just too much fun. So it takes so little to keep me amused, and we're not going to touch any masturbation jokes right there. So now we can.
But real quick, Eddie. Like I said, my favorite match, of course, was Bill the Butcher and Crazy Cody Kruger. That was just because it was, like I said, just like big two crazy cavemen going. But as far as one of the more sicker, quote unquote, spots of the night was, I believe, Damian Payne.
Okay.
It was in the Damian Payne Josh Crow match. I want to say it was Josh Crow actually, because just looking at Damian Payne, I don't think he could have done a moonsault. One of them went up to do a moonsault, and as he was making the full rotation, and we all know, we've all seen a moonsault, when you do the full rotation, as you're coming around, your back's pretty much exposed before you land.
Right.
I want to say it was Damian Payne, literally took a bundle of light tubes and swatted Josh Crow out of the air.
Holy nuts.
And let's put it this way, Tunzi and I, we're pretty much low-key when it comes to, deathmatch, pretty much any wrestling. It doesn't take much to really get us going, unless it's done by the great wicked Nemesis. But both of us actually, and I think we actually got to recording, we both dropped some expletives when that happened.
I can only imagine, knowing y'all.
But once again, you said it, and I just want to reiterate thanks to Kevin Brennan for having us out there. Unfortunately, due to health issues, Tunzi and I were not able to make it back today. But that's also the risk you run when you have an outdoor show in the state of Alabama in the springtime.
Yeah, don't like the weather, wait 15 minutes. And if you see James Pan on channel ABC 3340, roll up the sleeves, take off the jacket, and pull down the suspenders. Guess what? It's about to get serious, kids. My phone is acting like a pinball. I've got a number of people calling in. Yes. We're going to have an all-star panel, a number of great voices that you've heard on this show in prior days. Justin Rosenberg, Baron Von Awesome, David Smith, the Messiah Professional Wrestling, Brooks Logan will be back with us. From that vantage point, Mr. MCO Chase Pearson is here. Andy Hudson back with us. Victor Smith, Southeastern Pigs, glad to have you on board this afternoon. Of course, the Insane Asylum, Paulie Wells is en route to Mississippi. Wicked Nemesis is actually just enjoying a moment of peace and quiet right now, right, Wick? That's how peace and quiet.
Eddie, quick update on Paulie. He has made it safe to his parents' house.
Good. Tell you what, I'm gonna go.
That's how quiet I like it. You're exactly right.
And for those who don't know, matter of fact, we've had a number of people who have welcomed in brand new additions to their family. Wicked Nemesis has had a new addition in recent days to his family. Give us an update on Lily. Or Lilith.
She's doing pretty good. My wife's actually giving her a bath right now. Getting everybody ready for WrestleMania. You know how it is.
There you go. Actually, a longtime friend of mine, Mr. Jeremy Bongo, just became a brand new father. He comes to a lot of the shows that I work in. Also, very, very, very talented singer and musician. Now, I know that a good friend of ours, Damon Taz, his daughter has been in the hospital for the last couple of weeks and will probably be there for a couple more weeks. So our thoughts and prayers definitely going out to Damon and his family. So, good Lord, I'm trying to think if I'm missing anybody. Because I'm going to go a couple of minutes early to the bottom of the hour break. That way we can go ahead and get everybody on the panel in and get everybody acclimated and give everybody a chance to really say something before we go into the predictions era. So do me a favor. Let me go ahead and swing over here. No, I'm not going to monitor 4. But matter of fact, now I'll cover that a little bit later. Matter of fact, I'll probably go and leave everything for Tuesday night at Global Championship Wrestling's GCW Radio. Tell you what, let's go ahead and go to that break real quick. To our affiliates, we're going to the bottom of the hour break at 22. We'll be back in probably at 28. It's 23 right now, so give us 5 minutes. And we will be back on Beyond Ringside right after this.
Welcome to the Maya and Miguel Challenge. Meet Maya and the gang.
Oh, hi, I'm Maya.
Maya and her friends want you to get up and play, because it's always more fun to be active.
Let's get started.
Just go to letsmove.gov and look for Maya and Miguel. You'll find tons of fun activities that'll help keep you healthy and active. Whether you play sports, run, dance, or jump in place, just get up and play at least an hour a day. Take the Maya and Miguel Challenge today at letsmove.gov. A message from the Ad Council and HHS.
This is Vinny O'Brien, 2010 Golden Glove champion, and you're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Hi, this is Little Steven for Rad. We all got to party now and then, but we've got to let somebody else do the driving. Please don't drink and drive, and don't drive with somebody else who's been drinking. Thank you.
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Hello, everybody out there. This is Universal Soldier Phil Shatter, also TNA Gunner. 2 years in the making as NWA National Heavyweight Champion, making my way to the top as #1 in the world. And you are locked in to Beyond Ringside.
As an expectant mom, I'm especially at risk for serious flu-related complications. That's why the CDC and American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists recommend that pregnant women like me get both the H1N1 and seasonal flu vaccines. Vaccination is safe and is the most effective way to protect ourselves and our babies. For more information and to get the facts, go to flu.gov. Together, we can all fight the flu.
A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
This is Pam Allen, daughter of Gordon Soley, and you are locked in on Beyond Ringside.
Hey parents, pick up your kids without embarrassing them with OMGPS, a navigation system that tells you how far away you need to park when you pick them up.
Keisha at mall. Proceed to outer food court.
Thanks, OMGPS.
OMGPS is not available in stores because it doesn't exist. But that's okay. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent, because kids in foster care don't need perfection. They need you. For more information on how you can adopt, go to adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt Us Kids, and the Ad Council.
Everybody, it's Jakar's finest, the chocolate ice cream dream, the backcourt bandit, Sugar Dunkerton, letting you know that you are locked in to Beyond Ringside. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Do not turn that dial.
This morning, a woman reached out. A man stepped up. Somebody sat down with 16-year-old Steven and taught him better study habits, and suddenly, toughing it out till graduation seemed to Steven a pretty good idea. We're realizing the way we live our lives can impact the way others live theirs, their education, their income, their health. We're not just wearing the shirt, we're living it. Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
It's me. It's that D to the O to the double G. Always see you next year. Yeah, doggy style. The road dog, Jesse James. And you're locked in to Beyond Ringside. Get it? Got it? Good.
Hi, this is John Ondrasik of Five for Fighting, here for RAD, the entertainment industry's voice for road safety. You know, style is a personal thing, and your lifestyle is your business. But if you take it on the road, it becomes everybody's business. So please, plan ahead, designate before you celebrate. Friends, Don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Terry the Rocker Lord. You're locked in with Beyond Ringside.
Smells good.
Well, look who came out of his man cave.
Just checking on you and dinner.
Well, your stomach clock is fast. Gonna be a while. Well, why don't you...
You okay?
Oh,
honey!
2 out of 3 people with diabetes die of a heart attack or stroke. But you can lower the risk. Ask your healthcare provider how. For more info, go to diabetesactnow.org. Brought to you by the American Diabetes Association and the Ad Council.
This is Oscar Worthy with Platinum Championship Wrestling, and you are locked in to Beyond Ringside line. This. I need my assistant here. Now, say my line again, please. What is it?
Hey, how you doing? This is Joe Walsh. I'm speaking on behalf of Rad. It's okay to rock and roll, right? But don't drive home drunk. If you're drunk, call me up. I have a limo. I'll come and get you.
Sleep all day, out all night. I know where you're going. I don't think that's
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Oh, yes, this is Paul Bear, and some people call me Percy Pringle III. You're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
This is Rigor Mortis, and you're locked on to Beyond Ringside.
It's a 1:15
on the night with Lady Annabella and Darius Rucker.
This is my bad comeback song.
June 21st at Oak Mountain Amphitheater.
Just a kiss on your lips in the moonlight.
Lady Annabella on the Night 2012 World Tour.
Baby, you're the only one I run to.
Lady Annabella Live and Darius Rucker.
It won't be like this for long.
Plus special guest Thompson Square.
You gonna kiss me all night.
June 21st at Oak Mountain Amphitheater. Get reserved seats now at LiveNation.com or charge by phone.
Hey, I'm just looking for.
Don't miss Lady Annabella and Darius Rucker with special guest Thompson Square. Sponsored by GAC. Buy tickets at LiveNation.com.
Is sitting ringside at a heavyweight title fight on your bucket list? If so, this is Gary Parrish telling you to get ready to cross that one off your list, because on Saturday, April 7th, 6-time world champion James Lights Out Tony will fight Bobby Gunn for the IBA World Heavyweight title at the Lander Center down in South Haven. It's going to be the first heavyweight title fight in the Mid-South area since Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson traded punches at the Pyramid back in 2002. Tickets are on sale at Ticketmaster.com and the Lander Center box office right now. It's going to be 7 undercard fights, then the main event. It's James Toney versus Bobby Gunn for the IBA Heavyweight title. So get your tickets now, and then I'll see you at the Lander Center on April 7th.
The biggest bands in rock, the wildest stage shows on earth, the biggest live event of the summer.
Everybody's gonna move their feet.
Kiss and Motley Crue. The Tour 2012. It doesn't get any better than this. July 31st, Oak Mountain Amphitheater. 2 iconic bands, 1 historic tour. Kiss, Motley Crue. July 31st, Oak Mountain Amphitheater. Reserve seats are on sale now. Buy tickets at LiveNation.com or charge by phone at 800-745-3000. Kiss and Motley Crue. Buy tickets at LiveNation.com.
When planning your next party or special event, insist on the best. Full Range Entertainment is a professional entertainment company providing a full range of services. From professional disc jockeys and MCs to catering and photography, when the details of your special day must be perfect, call us first. Wedding receptions, corporate parties, school functions, birthday celebrations, and more. We also have Birmingham's largest selection of karaoke tracks available. With over 40 years combined experience, Full Range Entertainment can provide you with the talent and professionalism you need and deserve to make your next event one you'll never forget.
This is either going to be a lot of fun or a complete and total cluster bang.
Hello, cluster bang.
And I'm voting cluster bang because I got a bunch of voices in my head right now. And I think a bunch of them are coming up from Highway 280. Welcome back into Beyond Ringside. Yesterday, today, tomorrow, all of the above, all wrapped into one. Let's run this down real quick. Yours truly, Fast Eddie Lane, live in the Full Range Entertainment Control Center. Joining me live also, Andy Hudson, the Horseman's Advocate.
Glad to be here, Eddie. We're waiting on Mania.
Mr. MCO Chase Pearson.
What's happening, everybody? That's right, I have returned. Be afraid.
There you go. Victor, say hi.
Hello.
Victor Smith, Southeastern Picks. Mark Mabo Bowman.
Yeah, whatever.
All of the above. Wicked Nemesis.
Yeah.
From one of the original cast on the website. Let's see. The Messiah Professional Wrestling. David Smith, come on in.
I'll have to go on that. Name's a blast from the past.
There you go. The man who was also known as Baron Von Awesome, Baron Von Tides, and Baron Von Missing sometimes, Justin Rosenberg.
That's me.
Brooks Logan, come on in.
Yeah, cluster bang at its finest right here.
There you go. And who all have you got with you over there at Fox, buddy?
All right, Hill sector in full force. We got Josh Hand. Woo! We got Clay Preston. We got El Dante.
Now the question is, did Mike England actually make it down for this one?
That I want to
No,
know.
he said he'll be meeting up with you later on.
I seriously doubt that happening.
Karaoke at Papa Sides with you later this week.
Yeah, Josh, you never did show up either, you bitch. And meanwhile, back at the...
Ta-tas.
Yeah, still heat from the show.
I do that so well, don't I, Wicked?
I don't want to take your thunder at the... Whoa!
There you go. I'll get you singing Baby Got Back. Oh, wait, that's Chase's song.
Right.
There you go. Now, we're going to take this in rapid fire formation because we've got so many different things going on. There, I know, and I'm used to rapid fire. Thanks for playing, and I'm glad it was. Every member of this panel is actually justified in taking that shot at me. First off, for everybody who is not who wasn't with us in the original part of the show, and I'm going to come to the heel section, especially during predictions. Chase, what's been going on, buddy?
Oh, man, just rocking it with Magic City Online, doing all the crazy entertainment parties and booking bands and all that crazy stuff all over Alabama.
Okay.
Hang out.
Cool. And people can find you where?
MagicCityOnline.com.
Victor, come on in real quick. Let everybody know.
I'm Victor with Southeastern Pigs, been taking pictures all over Alabama for the last 10 years. You can find me at SoutheasternPigs.com.
There you go. David Smith, come on in.
Hey, Eddie.
What you been up to lately, man? Where are you hiding at nowadays?
Still doing the photo business down in Tuscaloosa and basically anywhere where I can chase a paycheck.
There you go. What's the name of the company again?
D Smith Images, www.dsmithimages.com. A little bit of everything, weddings, portraits, special events, you name it.
Justin Rosenberg, where you been hiding, man?
I'm back to Chicago not too long ago. It doesn't matter.
We've got more personalities than I've got active brain cells.
This is true.
Let's see. And also from PW 24/7 Radio, Matt Denton, glad to have you in the house today.
Hey, what's up, guys? Long time no speak.
Exactly. Been trying to get in touch over the last couple of days. Check your direct messages on Twitter.
How about you check yours?
There you go. Now, you heard from the heel section a minute ago that they're part of the Wrestlemania party over at the Fox and Hound in Birmingham right now, and it still pains me to say those words. You can find a lot of the characters over there on the Alabama Wrestling fan page over on Facebook. If you get a chance to, do a quick search. I know the admins over there, and if you actually sound like you know what you're talking about on pro wrestling and karaoke, they'll let you in there. So we're going to have fun with this all the way across the board. I'm going to go ahead and open it up. And like I said, we got 24 before the top of the hour, and we're going to be bailing out at 5 minutes before the top of the hour. I'm going to go ahead and ask everybody rapid fire predictions straight away. I'm going to go actually, I'll call the order, and like I said, we're just going to go for it like that. The WWE Tag Team Championship is going to be defended in a triple threat match this evening. That would mean that Primo and Epico are going to be defending against Justin Gabriel and Tyson Kidd, and the Usos will be in the mix on that match as well. Mark Bowman.
I think it'd be too soon since they just formed the tag team in the locker room yesterday, so I think Primo and Epico will keep it.
Wicked Nemesis.
Epico and Primo.
David.
Yeah, this match is actually going on right now, but I'm going to go with Primo and Epico retaining.
Oh, okay, so it's pre-show. That's right, it is part of the pre-show.
Yeah, it's pre-show.
Now, is that part of this, what's streaming right now on .com?
Yeah, it's streaming. The video might be a bit choppy for some, but it's definitely streaming online right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I hate to cut you off, but it's also on the YouTube channel, if I'm not mistaken.
Really? Okay, did not know that. I'm actually just now finding out about that one a second ago. That's why I was trying to do on-the-fly. Yeah, really on-the-fly research. Like we never did that on MCO Radio, did we, Chase?
Never, no.
Exactly. We had a complete format sheet.
Yeah, right.
You lima. So tell you what, I will bypass that one and come straight over to the what I know to be on the main card. Team Teddy versus Team Johnny. Mabo.
I'm going to go with Team Johnny because it would be better television to have Laurinaitis on both sides, or on both shows, and his team just seems more dominant.
Okay. Wicked Nemesis.
I'm sorry, which one are we on?
Team Teddy, Team Johnny.
Oh, God, definitely Team Teddy.
Okay.
Johnny has, and I think that Otunga actually gets pinned in this.
Brooks Logan.
Team Leonard, Team Johnny.
Team Johnny. So the whole heel section's going with Team Johnny. David Smith.
I'm going to go with Team Johnny, and the upside being it gets Booker T out of commentary and possibly a room for Jim Ross to call the big matches tonight.
I like that idea. Justin Rosenberg.
Team Johnny.
Okay. Matt Denton.
Team Johnny.
Andy Hudson.
The surprise of the night, Team Teddy with the Miz going face.
Chase?
That's funny.
Chase?
Don't care.
There's one match you're paying attention to tonight, right, Chase?
Exactly.
Okay, we'll come back to him. Victor?
Team Teddy, all the way.
I have made the comment that this is actually a nice variation on the old Battlestar Galactica. I've got Team Teddy as the Battlestar Galactica crew, and I've got Team Johnny as the Cylon Empire. In this case, that ragtag fugitive fleet is gonna find a way to win.
And Eddie is a goober.
Oh, I'm a nerd, and I'll admit it. I'm an old the original Battlestar Galactica, not this new thing.
Which is available on Netflix.
Yes, it is, and on DVD because I have it.
Netflix sucks, by the way.
Kelly and Maria Menounos versus Divas champion Beth Phoenix and Eve. Mark Mabo Bowman.
I don't really care. To be honest with you, it's garbage.
Okay, Wicked Nemesis.
Phoenix.
Okay. Brooks Logan in the heel section.
Hill section, what do you think? Beth Phoenix? Kelly. What? We got mixed reviews in there.
Everybody wins because it's women in scantily. It's women that are scantily clad. I took that one right out from under Chase. Say it.
Well, my point was going to be who's going to be wearing the least clothes, and who has the biggest tatas.
There you go. That's up for debate right now. They're all inflatable.
Well, who cares? As long as we get to see a wardrobe
Epico and
malfunction.
Primo retain.
Epico and Primo did retain. Okay. David Smith.
I'm going to go with Kelly and Maria. You don't put a celebrity in a match like that and have them lose. They get the press off and the photo opportunity with them at the end of it.
Justin Rosenberg.
He's gay.
Kelly.
Matt Denton.
My bladder wins because I get to go for a piss.
There you go. Andy Hudson. You got to follow that one.
Yes, I got to follow that. Jesus. Kelly.
Victor.
Beth Phoenix.
Chase, your call.
Don't care. They're hot. Who cares?
I'm going the same thing. The team that wears the less clothing wins.
My point.
Exactly.
Thank you, sir.
And normally that's actually Eve Torres wears the smaller booty shorts.
And she really has a nice booty.
There you go. God help me out. We're just gonna let's see. Coming over this way. There it is. There's the window I'm looking for. Randy Orton versus Kane. Mark Bowman.
I'm going to say Orton goes over.
Wicked Nemesis.
Randy Orton.
Brooks Logan in the heel section.
Kane. Yeah, we're going with Kane on this one.
David Smith.
I'll take Orton, but I'm just kind of bleh about this one.
Justin Rosenberg.
I think the concession stands win that match.
There you go. Chase Pearson.
Well, I can't stand Orton, so Kane needs to kill him. Thank you.
Victor Smith. Andy Hudson.
Orton.
I would love to see Kane go over in this one on the grandest stage of them all, but I think they're going to go ahead and give it to Randy Orton. I really do. I hate to say it. I know. Thank you, Farouk. I appreciate that. The Intercontinental Championship, Cody Rhodes versus The Big Show. Mark Mabo Bowman.
Honestly, until they made it the Intercontinental, when they made it the Intercontinental match, I was really thinking Cody Rhodes. But with the way that they've been burying The Big Show, having his WrestleMania moment, I've changed my mind now. I've got to go Big Show. Plus, it frees up Cody to maybe start a program with CM Punk if the Jericho situation falls through.
Now, wait, who's in this match? Wait.
Cody Rhodes and Big Show.
Really? Flush water. I mean, that's going to be a Big Show moment there. Hello.
Wicked Nemesis.
Cody Rhodes.
Okay, Wicked goes Cody. Brooks Logan in the heel section.
Yeah, Cody's going to find a way to pull this one out.
Okay, David Smith. Oh, go ahead.
Really, I'm really going to go with Cody on this. I really hope they do keep the momentum for him going because he has actually been a pleasant surprise.
Brooks, you were about to say something else. Come on back in.
No, that wasn't me. The hill section don't know what hot mic means, so I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Justin Rosenberg. JR, you there? See if I lost him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, in studio, Andy Hudson.
In about a 2-minute squash match, Big Show.
Matt Denton.
Cody.
Victor Smith.
15-second match, Big Show.
Chase Pearson.
Big Show kills him. Hello, Cody's like the size of his foot.
Justin, do we get you back in? I'm going Big Show on this one, plain and simple. And I will say that probably Cody ends up with a handprint the size of a cast iron skillet on his chest after that open-handed slap.
And then a choke slam from hell. Yes, hello.
Yeah, but you know they're going to work it at least 7-8 minutes. They got to.
Big Show will be winded by then.
No, actually, if you watch some of the show's later material.
I'm teasing.
I know.
The show will be hungry by then.
Yes, I'll agree to that one. I'll agree to that one.
Have eaten Cody by then.
World Heavyweight Championship match: Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus. Mark Bowman.
I've been seeing a lot of posters and everything saying that Daniel Bryan was going to still be champion for upcoming shows, in various cities. I don't know. But I think it's
Spoiler
it might be time to put
alert.
the belt on Sheamus. So I'm going to say Sheamus. But just keep in mind that literally torn between who's going to go over in this match.
Wicked Nemesis.
I believe that Sheamus is going to win this. Somehow Sheamus will pull this out.
Okay. Brooks Logan in the heel section.
Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, Waddy Wad, what do you think?
Oh!
No, you don't want to talk, sorry. We'll go with Daniel Bryan.
So the consensus for the heel section is Daniel Bryan. David Smith.
I'm going to go with Sheamus in this one, but a stat to pay attention to. Royal Rumble winners have not been very successful at WrestleMania in the past 6 years or so.
Matt Denton.
D-Bry.
Okay. Andy Hudson.
In the surprise sleeper match of the night, Sheamus wins the world title.
Victor Smith.
Who?
There you go. Chase Pearson.
Well, I don't like either one of them, but I'm going to say Sheamus wins.
Folks, I'm going to go ahead and say this. The time and the money that they've invested into Daniel Bryan at this point continues. The fruition trip continues. Daniel Bryan retains. I like the idea of Sheamus going over. However, I really want tonight's about wrestling purists. I have to say this. So therefore, Daniel Bryan retains, in my humble opinion. WWE Championship match. CM Punk versus Chris Jericho, the one that I'm going to call the potential match of the night. Mark Mabo Bowman.
Oh, definitely. This is definitely the match of the night. It's going to be the show stealer, for all the grandiose of
Just say it with me. Jericho
Triple H
wins.
and the Rock Cena. This is going to be the wrestling match of the night. This is going to be the one to look forward to. I say Punk's going over.
Okay, Wicked Nemesis. Wicked. Or did he have to mute?
Wicked.
I'll come back and pick him up. Brooks Logan in the heel section.
It'll be the best in the world, Chris Jericho. Jericho!
So the heel section's going with Jericho. Okay, David Smith.
I'm a Punk lean, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Jericho win and Punk pick it back up in Chicago next month at the pay-per-view.
Matt Denton.
My boy Punk.
In studio, Chase Pearson.
I am definitely going with Jericho because I can't stand Punk.
Victor
Well,
Smith.
I think Punk. I think the Punk's going to lose it.
Hold on.
I'm sorry, win it here and then lose it in Chicago to Jericho. Lose it in his hometown. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry, Victor.
It's okay. That was Wicked Nemesis coming back in now. Victor Smith.
Punk all the way.
Andy Hudson.
I predicted Jericho would win the Rumble and win the title at Mania. That hasn't changed. Jericho.
I'm actually sticking with CM Punk because here's the thing. Chris Jericho says he is the best in the world at what he does. CM Punk says he's the best wrestler in the world. Tonight, it's not a Fozzy concert. It's not Dancing with the Stars. And it's not a game show that lasted for 3 weeks on AB frickin' C. Tonight, the WWE Championship stays with CM Punk.
In that case, what is Jericho doing tonight? He's wrestling.
No, he's a sports entertainer.
That proves you null and it's the wrestling match of the night. Thank you very much.
That makes
that makes your point moot.
No, because I'll cover that. If you heard the first 30 minutes of the show, you'll know why I said that.
Oh, I didn't. I wasn't paying attention.
See?
You think I pay attention?
That would me paying attention would actually entail effort. Yes, Chase.
Are we listening to British people again?
Yes, we are.
I'm a kid, man. I couldn't help myself.
By the way, Matt Denton, Jay Spearson.
What's that about?
That's the sparring match. From this vantage point, The Undertaker versus Triple H. Hell in a Cell match. Special guest referee, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Mark Mabo Bowman.
Oh, I mean, come on. What did I say 3 years ago, Eddie? 4 years ago? He's going to go 20-0. So I just farted at the same time as that, too. So, Undertaker, no doubt about it.
Wicked Nemesis.
Hey, Mabo.
I feel that this is it's got to be Taker. Taker wins this, and it sets up for Triple H against Shawn Michaels. It's SummerSlam.
Okay.
Really?
Brooks Logan in the heel section.
My hair's standing up.
Well, Wick just stole my heat. I was about to say that Taker goes 20-0 with a little help from Shawn Michaels giving sweet chin music to Triple H. Fans win, Eddie. Fans win on this one, though.
Fans win. I'll go with that one, too. David Smith.
Of course, Taker, but this is one of the two matches we need to go ahead and put an F5 watch out for because never know who might show up at the end of this one.
Matt Denton.
I think Taker, and I agree. I'm watching out for a little bit of F5 action.
In studio, Chase Pearson.
I'm really going to say that I don't know, but I'd really like to see Triple H beat Taker, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think Taker wins. Same way, sweet chin music to Triple H again from Shawn Michaels.
Okay, Victor Smith.
I agree with Wicked and Brooks.
Andy Hudson.
Taker goes 20-0 and goes into the Hall of Fame next year.
Well, let's see. From my vantage point, I do believe that The Undertaker will do what the New England Patriots did not do a couple of years ago, and that would be go...
That's low, Eddie.
Say what?
That's low. This is coming from a Patriots fan, so...
Hey, I have all the respect in the world for the Patriots, even after through Spygate and everything else.
There really are Patriot fans?
Yes.
Oh, my bad.
Matter of fact, this is one for all of us because the three-time NWA World Women's Champion Tasha Simone, who we've had on the show, is actually a huge Patriots fan. So she is cute too. And let's go for it. The match that has got everybody talking for the last year. The match that has shown that Vince McMahon has kicked boxing's ass. Because we finally get in WWE, sports entertainment and professional wrestling's version of Pacquiao Mayweather, John Cena versus The Rock.
There will be juice. Watch.
Mark Mabo Bowman.
Well, if you can hear me, like I said before, it's going to be Cena. I've made my point about the whole thing.
I've been going too long to pick on Mabo.
Actually, now who is where? Because David, I've got where are you at? I'm watching the show.
Do what?
Where are you at right now?
Tuscaloosa.
Oh, okay. So you're are they showing it down in Tuscaloosa? You having a pay-per-view party at your place?
I'm over at a couple of friends' places.
Oh, okay, cool. Come back to you real quick. Wicked Nemesis, Cena Rock.
Cena does it for all the wrestlers, all the workers, all the sports entertainers in the business. Rock is doing it for the fans. For once the business gets what it deserves, Cena wins.
Brooks Logan in the heel section.
Oh, with the way Wick just put it, we're going with The Rock. If he's doing it for the fans, we're going with The Rock by any means necessary. He's going to find a way
David Smith.
I think Rock does for Cena what Hogan did for him and put him over tonight.
Matt Denton.
You know what? I think I'm going to put on WrestleMania X8 instead of watching this match, but if I had to pick, I would go with John Cena. Seems the obvious pick.
In studio, Andy Hudson.
Cena job for RVD in Philly. Cena job for CM Punk in Chicago. He will not job for The Rock in Miami. Cena wins, and yes, Eddie, we right.
Victor Smith.
Time limit draw build up for next year's WrestleMania.
They never announced time limits.
And Eddie, let me jump in there. This is another one to look out for Lesnar to show up with a possible Rock-Lesnar SummerSlam match in the air.
That is possible as well. Chase Pearson.
Well, as the ultimate Rock, what do you call me?
Mark.
Yeah. I hope that The Rock wins. However, watching the build up to this, I do have to say I think Cena's going to pull it out.
Here's
I cannot
the thing.
believe I just said that.
There you go. Hey, David, do me a favor. Mute your phone for just a second, please. I'm picking okay, cool. The sensors are finally showing up where all the background noise is coming from, and it's coming from two locations.
I'm going to step outside real quick.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
Yeah, the heel section stepped outside of Fox 2. Pay-per-view starts in 7 minutes. We're going to cut it in 3. We're actually going to go to 57. So I'm going to give everybody... oh, by the way, real quick, yes, John Cena wins, and yes, we riot anyway. But tonight, he wins for the right reasons, plain and simple.
I still want The Rock to kick his butt.
Well, he's going to get his ass kicked.
I said, oh, cool, I can say ass?
Yeah. You know the hell damn ass rule.
Does that mean the titties is back?
No!
Oh.
Bitch.
Oh.
Slut.
You're damn right.
And... okay, real quick, let's run this down. All predictions are in. They are marked down. We're going to count. Justin, I'm going to come back and pick yours up very soon. I guarantee it. But from this vantage point, let's run this real quick on shameless plugs. Brooks Logan of the heel section, because y'all are about to go back inside. Go ahead and run them real quick.
Yeah, we about to run back in. Thanks for having us on, Eddie. Shameless plug. I'm just going to say, like you already said, man, the Alabama Wrestling fan page, just find it on Facebook. Come join us. You guaranteed to have a good time, or at least get in a fight with somebody. Right now we got Victor Smith going up against Mike England, or that might have died down, but I'm sure he'll pick back up later.
I kicked his butt.
Eddie, thanks for having us on, Eddie. We'll talk to you later, man.
You got it, guys. I hope y'all have a great one at the Fox tonight. David Smith, come on in. Shameless plugs.
Master shameless plugs here, Eddie. That's dsmithimages.com for any photography needs. Even if you're an MMA promotion, wrestling promotion, you want to have someone come out and photograph your events, go to dsmithimages.com. You can email me, David at dsmithimages.com. We'll get everything taken care of for you. I'll go anywhere and everywhere.
Okay, Matt Denton.
You can find me on Twitter at dmattdenton, and also after WrestleMania, you can catch me, myself, Wicked Nemesis, possibly you, Eddie, Stan Grubb for the Think Tank post WrestleMania wrap up at pw247radio.com.
Okay, Andy Hudson.
Wicked Nemesis for president.
No way.
Yes way. I kind of like that idea. Victor Smith. Victor Smith.
Find me at any local bar in Birmingham.
Nice.
Funny, absolutely funny. Chase Pearson.
Well, everybody knows where to find me. Facebook.com/MagicCityOnline or MagicCityOnline.com or MCOVIP.com. And we'll see you out there. And I look for the soon return of MCO TV to one of the local stations coming soon.
There you go. Mark Mabel-Bowman.
I'm not going to do any shameless plugs because I've done them before, and, you know, bare naked ladies has all been done before. I don't care. But just saw breaking news. It's possible that there's been a change for the opening match, and it's going to be Sheamus Daniel Bryan, which, hey, at least it's a bump up from last year's dark match.
Wicked Nemesis.
At Wicked Nemesis on Twitter, Wicked Nemesis VO, Daily Motion, Wicked Nemesis Enoch. On YouTube, just put up a video, my vlog for Something Wicked, episode 21, this Friday. Oh, Facebook fan page, Wicked Nemesis Enoch Tessarian, Blogger, Blogspot, funnyordie.com. I'm everywhere. I'm omnipotent. Friday, NWA Pro South, Piedmont, Alabama. The judge, you saw what we did to referee Doug. We actually hung him Friday night. Passed out, you know, the EMTs showed up. He is actually in the hospital today, missing WrestleMania, but I told him everybody can be judged. So, and Saturday, oh boy, you guys know it, April 7th. What time is it, guys? It's ACW, the women's tournament to crown the ACW Southern Women's Champion. Even though I have been fired, MOD has been suspended, we have a few tricks up our sleeves, and yes, I would make a horrible magician because I'm always messing tricks up. So,
we got to go.
Bye.
Tell you what, let's lock it down. For everybody who has been here today, thank you to the entire cast for coming yesterday, today, and tomorrow. DJ Hyde from Combat Zone Wrestling, thank you so much. Let's go ahead. WrestleMania kicks off in 2 minutes, and we are out of here. For Mr. MCO, Chase Pearson.
Peace.
Victor Smith.
Yo.
Andy Hudson.
Later.
Brooks Logan to the heel section. They're having a cold one on everybody. Justin Rosenberg. David Smith from D. Smith Images. Matt Denton.
Sausages.
For
You're
Mark,
welcome.
For Mark Mabo Bowman.
My fart smells like butterscotch.
For the Wicked Nemesis.
This very think tank, as soon as WrestleMania is over, PW 24/7 Radio.
Paulie Wells. Have a safe trip. I'm glad you made it there okay, buddy. I'll talk to you soon. This is the Magic City Motor Mouth, Fast Eddie Lane, saying adios, das vidania, hasta luego, auf Wiedersehen, ciao, sayonara, adieu, arrivederci, farewell, all that good crap. Until next time, we'll see you. And I'll see you Tuesday night, 8 p.m. for GCW Radio. But we'll see you next Sunday, 5:30 p.m. for Beyond Ringside. Bye for now. It didn't turn out to be as big a clusterfuck as I thought it was going to be.
Thanks for that.
I've got a finger in my butthole, and it's not mine.
I'll see you later, Mad Dog. Andy, Mabo, thanks, guys. I'll see you.
10 o'clock.
See you.
Folks, enjoy the show. Have fun. I'm going to go ahead and cut and go get the pay-per-view. Matt, thank you for calling in. Mabo, thank you for everything you do. Brother, I appreciate you.
No problem. Check your phone and text me back what you think.
You got it. Easter eggs
All right,
done.
later.
We go bye-bye.